Oh, hello, fellow travelers, and welcome to the Broken Pact, the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica show?
Doesn't sound right.
I don't know, that doesn't sound right anymore. It's one of the many now Avernus shows here on twitch.tv/D&D. I will be guiding you through this circle of hell. I am your Dungeon Master, Ruben Bressler, and these fine souls are my players. Please feel free to introduce yourselves.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jordan Pridgeon, and I play Astaroth, the Minotaur fighter, who's part of the Boros Legion. But the Boros Legion's not in this world, so I guess
As far as you know.
just a guy with an axe now.
Hello, I am Riley Silverman, and I play Velma Sweet, the half-elf bard/warlock, who is got some stuff of her own going on. So we'll see what happens.
Hi everybody, I'm Grav Velati, and I play Lucian Ladrian, the Azorius Senate member who is about to meet Mad Maggie.
And the only member.
As
now.
far as you know.
You guys are coming with
Avernus.
me. I'm not going by myself.
Yeah, we don't do things on our own here as a group. We don't like say we're gonna do a thing and then nobody else does it.
Did that happen? I missed them.
In
We're gonna make a new
season
costume.
one.
Oh.
Like we're all gonna get new costumes and then nobody else does it. But
What? I have to get it in the story first. I'm working on it.
Yeah, talk to the DM.
Yeah, you can just change your costume with your glamour.
Not all of us can snap our fingers and change our costume. Hey everyone, I'm Ashlyn Rose. I forgot, did we do what we do on the beginning of this? Hi, I do voice acting and play D&D and magic and all that fun stuff. And I play a Luxodon cleric from the Selesnian Conclave. And you all know her as Tuturu. And yeah, that's me.
Great. Thank you so much to our sponsors, of course, which we're going to start out with. We want to start out by thanking Elderwood Academy, who provided some very fabulous little devices. And this is a dice vault. This is a nice little hex dice vault we got
a
here.
mini dice
That's
vault.
that looks like it's a mini dice
those.
vault.
Look at all these little dice.
it's good for you and Ashwin to have that because you're playing large characters, so it can be like
Right.
It
They
makes
gave
us
me-
look larger by comparison.
They gave me this really cool police box.
Nice.
It's their spellbook box, and they gave me a cool special edition one that looks like a very famous sci-fi show thing that I probably shouldn't say the trademark of.
It's fine.
Yeah, but they
Bigger on the inside.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah,
Ooh.
they gave me two different ones. Like 'cause I didn't know which one I wanted. And they go,
Oh,
we'll give you
that's cool.
both.
That's dope.
That's the kind of
Sweet.
service you can expect from Elderwood Academy.
So thank you to Elderwood Academy. We also want to thank Norse Foundry, the official dice sponsor of the Saving Throw show. Be on the lookout for a partnership between Norse Foundry and the Broken Pact. I believe that you can use a code of some kind. Accurate?
I believe it's Saving Throw Show.
Saving Throw show at
Yes,
checkout to get, I believe it's 10%?
10%.
Off your orders. So go check out norsefoundry.com for all of your dice needs. And we'll also like to thank coolstuffinc.com, where you can buy cool stuff in stock every day. All of your Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, and board gaming supplies. They're a fabulous place where you can also find my podcast, Magic Mike's, and a bunch of other excellent content. And you can use the code BROKEN at checkout at Cool
Broken
Stuff.
5.
Broken 5 for 5% off.
There was 4 others, so we had to do 5.
Right, Broken 5, yeah, exactly. For 5% off of your orders on that site, so thank you so much. Yeah. So we're introducing something this week. Dungeons and Dragons is introducing something this week, I should say, where apparently we're all in a race, folks. We're all
Race
racing.
against what, Ruben?
This is going to be. We're calling this hashtag Race into Avernus.
Race into Avernus!
Avernus.
Avernus! Avernus!
That was well done.
Avernus.
Race!
Oh, it's coming back.
Oh God, run! Dungeons and Dragons celebrates the launch of its latest storyline, Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus, with a charity race across the first layer of the 9 Hells. 5 of our favorite shows on the D&D Twitch network, The Broken Pact, that's us.
Hey!
And
D4
4 that don't matter. Oh,
Right. D4, the rivals of Waterdeep, Roll20 Presents, and Tales from the Mists are revving their infernal war machine engines for Extra Life. Donations to each team's Extra Life fundraiser page rockets their vehicle forward. The team that covers the most distance and raises the most donations for Miracle Children's Network hospitals by October 1st wins the race, and fans will see the show's characters appear in a future D&D product,
Wow!
which is
Come on, y'all.
super cool. So,
Which should be just super confusing if our characters, who are Ravnikins who have gone to Avernus, end up in some future D&D product, which may be some entirely different
Hey, Jordan,
thing.
don't make it sound bad.
No, I think that would be amazing.
so
Look how difficult that would be
if
for
you
people
go
writing.
to extralife.com and search the Broken Pact, you'll find our page. It is live now. You can see lots of great incentives.
Don't donate till
Oh,
tomorrow.
don't donate till
It
tomorrow.
doesn't start technically until tomorrow, so go bookmark the page, and then
Yes.
tomorrow morning, just jam that money into that slot.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Once-
give those kids that
Drop
money
the coins.
as
Those
much as you
kids
can.
deserve
into
the
slot.
money, and we
there
deserve
are lots
it
of great
to win.
incentives.
Cough up
that-
those soul coins.
lots
Start
of
saving now.
Lots of great incentives that we have there, including you get to put your soul in a soul coin for us and be on the show and inside of a soul coin. We have some re-rolls. The Devil's re-roll in particular is going to be a fun one for me to play with.
Yes.
You can
Why is that one
design.
gonna be fun?
No reason. Don't worry about it.
It's on the page. You'll see it.
You can design a magic item or perhaps a vehicle that might show up on the show. And I don't know if you know this, but billboards exist in hell. And
That makes sense.
if you, and if
Just
you,
to specify, because the show, a magic item as in a D&D type magic item, not an item that is from Magic the Gathering.
Oh, sure. Well,
that is-
both.
right.
Yeah.
So, so you'll be able to have a short message or advertisement on the billboard
Bless you.
in hell. Gesundheit. And so yeah, check out our page and support all of the podcasts, but us the most if you
Definitely
want
us the
to support all of that for us.
We like you the most.
And of course, as I always do every week, I want to thank a bunch of people. First of all, the triumphant return of benevolent Overlord Damza. Thank you so much. We'd like to thank Saving Throw Show for hosting us here. Saving Throw Show is a independent role-playing games channel. Please support all of their fabulous programming, such as East Texas University, Tempting Fate, and many more. Check out savingthrowshow.com. Want to thank D&D. Dungeons & Dragons, without whom this would not be possible. I also want to thank Phil DeLuca, John Wells, and Emmett Fury, without whom I would be totally lost. They are my story team. And Zach Hady for this beautiful intro music. Gaurav Galati for this beautiful intro we're about to receive. And Sirenscape for the music that we're going to be using this season. So, without further ado, let's dive in and descend into the world of Avernus for The Broken Pact. Season 3, Episode 2, Knucklebone Witch. Welcome to Hell. After being unceremoniously ejected from their home plane of Ravnica, and then ejected once more from Innistrad, the members of the Broken Pact awoke in a desert crater under a roiling red sky. To the downslope, a chaotic army of demons pouring out of the river Styx, and battering against the devil-run phalanxes of Avernus like water against rock. To the upslope, an ever-growing cloud of dust and sand, belied an approaching war machine, attracted to the crater by a flare sent up by the party. That war machine carried a horde of ghasts, ghosts, ghouls, and ghostly severed hands. And also had Lulu the Hollyphant, a
Yay.
tiny
Lulu.
telepathic, that's right, a tiny telepathic elephant with the ability to cast light on herself, tied to the front of the vehicle like some sort of post-apocalyptic movie reference. The party, dispatched of the undead, freed Lulu, and took control of a badly damaged but still quite serviceable demon grinder. But the noise attracted the attention of some nearby Quasset demons emerging from the river, who began sprinting towards the party. Lucian quickly figured out how to get the engine running for the low cost of damning Steve the unlucky soul coin to a fate of becoming fuel for the cause. And after some quick introductions and directions from their new friend, the party rumbled towards Fort Knucklebone. The party managed to get inside the fort without suffering too badly, and now have a date to meet with some of the interesting and charismatic characters here at the fort, including the Wasteland gang leader, Mad Maggie. And that is where we pick up our story. What you see in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fort Knucklebone. This is an area that's enclosed by a rampart of detritus and garbage and just piles and piles and piles of debris and trash. And lots of mechanical parts and just jutting metal and iron. Ramshackle structures, some vaguely vehicular in nature, look like repurposed huts and hidey holes. Small fey creatures mill about, looking like feral gnomes with tall red caps, some of which drip with vile ichor. As you walk toward the fortress of the mountain, which is back here by my Dungeon Master screen, there's sort of a mountainous, sloped, small mountain over here. You see, you're still in your war machine. It is surrounded now by about a half a dozen of these red-capped individuals that sort of are milling about. You can look out the windows and see other characters moving around. You see a pair of, in front of you, you see a pair of what look like humanoid birds, bird people, examining what looks like a broken down jalopy that's sort of got a, its whole frame is separated from its body. There's a missing wheel, lots of things like that. And you can vaguely hear high-pitched squawks coming from just over the distance there. Lots of people carrying odds assortments of bags and tools and misshapen objects of unidentifiable types. And it is a wild place where you are. And that is where we pick up our story. You are in Fort Knucklebone, in your demon grinder. What would you like to do?
So first thing I do, because I notice how everyone's dressed outside the car, is I say ribbons, and I realize that my cloak is going to stick out like a sore thumb in this like wasteland. So I shift into kind of more like what I'm wearing right now, and then I dig through the car. You said there was like a pile of clothes?
So the demon grinder itself has a cockpit that sort of has like a speedboat's kind of setup at the front for driving. There isn't a ton of room there. Through a door, you can get to a people carrying area that has a couple of benches, and there are piles of clothes and supplies that are in that sort of back area.
Yeah, we got like adventuring kits, right? Is that basically what we got?
You haven't looked at it yet.
Okay,
yes.
sorry, that's what I thought was what we said last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I dig through those to see if there's like stuff we can use.
Great. Make an investigation check.
Okay.
You also have a copy of a map, which I have made a color copy of. Once the book Avernus comes out publicly, I will be getting a copy myself.
Nice.
And there is a big copy of this map.
Nice.
I believe this comes out tomorrow.
I think it does. Yeah.
Is that right?
Wow.
So be sure to visit your friendly local game store and pick up a copy of Avernus.
If you get
it to Avernus.
If you go to an actual game shop, you can get one with the cover that Ruben's wearing on.
that's
book
right.
cover.
There you go.
All covered.
So I have, don't worry about the extra text here. Don't read that. That's spoilers. But here's a map that you guys can look at if you are interested.
Okie dokie.
And I've also, I believe, provided you with how your war machine functions.
Yes, I have that here.
You have that there?
This thing,
Great. And depending on who's driving, we'll see if you can use them.
Let's see.
So you take a look around in the back.
I rolled a 19.
19 investigation. You find a whole mess of stuff back there.
Okay.
It looks like there is what appears to be one pile that has maybe in addition to your traditional adventuring gear, your rations, your short weapons, what have you. One pile appears to have what looks like some sort of holy symbol.
Okay.
That you don't really recognize. Looks a bit like a sun.
Okay.
Another pile looks like it has a book or two that are sort of in leather carrying straps. If you look at the book, it doesn't look like you can read whatever language these are in.
Okay.
You look at another pile, and this pile is much larger character of some kind, larger cloak, no shirt of any kind, but larger pantaloons. Looks like, and also there's a fairly big halberd in this pile of stuff, and then in the fourth pile, it looks like there is a lute. Very dusty and from disuse. There's just some silken bags, some of which have spices in them, some of which have incense, things like that.
Okay.
It looks like this is an adventuring party worth of stuff.
Okay. I toss everything in my bag of holding, everything I can. Everything I can pick up and toss in there.
Great.
Do I find anything, do I find what I'm looking for, or...
What are you looking for
I just want
specifically?
the scarf and goggles.
With a 19, yes, absolutely. Okay. You find stuff that is specifically geared for travel in Avernus. You find wasteland goggles. You find a dust mask. I'm sure some of the audience is headed to Wasteland Weekend. You find a bunch of Wasteland Weekend Burning Man supplies.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you got your no tickets, unfortunately. No parking passes for Burning Man.
Well, I have the.
It's true. You have the psychic paper.
Pass,
yeah. So
I'll get in.
So you find a bunch of that stuff. I would say make an insight check as well.
Okay. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. You look at the piles, and you look at the pile that has, this person was slightly larger than the rest of these people. And you remember that one of the ghouls you fought last week was slightly bigger than the other members of the party.
Like the gas, wasn't it?
One of the four gas was slightly bigger than the rest of the party. You look at one of the other piles, and you see this holy symbol, and you see what look like women's robes.
Okay.
And you remember that one of the guests of the party was a woman in tattered robes. You think that the guests were probably an adventuring party.
Okay.
That got turned.
Interesting. I convey that information to the rest of the party. And I show you guys the holy symbol to see if it's something you recognize. I mean, you probably wouldn't, but just in case.
Do you... I don't remember if I specialize in religion. I do not.
I think I do, but I don't think I would recognize it.
Yeah.
I never seen
This would be a high DC for y'all, because you don't really have that much interaction with honest to goodness Forgotten Realms religion.
Can you tell me the number of that DC?
Yeah. I would say this is probably a 20.
Oh, that's
to
not that
recognize.
high. I can do that.
Okay.
But I won't.
All right.
Because narratively, I would not know.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Wait, so you think that the things we fought earlier used to be like us?
Yeah, they sure didn't look like people when we were cutting them apart.
I mean, I guess in Ravnica that's the circle of life. We turn into zombies, or zombies are part of it, but...
This could be the population of this plane. It's possible. We've only just gotten here.
Yeah, well, I don't know about you all, but I'd rather not be one of those by the time we make it out of here.
Oh, I vote for that as well.
I agree.
Yes, I don't think anybody was agreeing to become the undead, but we might not have a choice. We'll have to weather whatever storm comes our way.
Well, speaking of weather and storms, What do you think the chances are this Mad Maggie character is going to try and kill us as soon as she meets us?
Well, let's not jump to conclusions. That Mad Maggie could just be short for Madam Maggie. You
Well,
don't know?
I would say that if she wanted us dead, she probably would have had her minions go ahead and start the job while we were out here instead of taking us to her.
Yeah.
So
It's a good point.
Well, either way, I still think I'm glad that I'm going to be carrying a big stick when we meet her, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, speaking of which, when I pulled the halberd out of the bag of holding, like, does anyone want this? This is pretty big and could do some damage.
That looks quite clumsy, and I don't want it.
I don't know if I use halberds.
If not, we can sell it
see
probably.
here.
That's a good
I
idea.
think money's going to be of the essence for us here. So
Right.
Yes.
We can disseminate exactly what all you find exactly.
yeah, we can do that later if you want. to.
Right, but you are going to be able to find a lot of pretty much anything that costs, let's say, 5 gold pieces and under. You'll be able to find if you really are looking for it. You also find this halberd. The halberd is a heavy reach 2-handed weapon, which means that it reaches 10 feet instead of the normal 5. And it deals 1d10 slashing damage. In addition to some other stuff. We'll do some rolls off screen to get some random trinkets and see if you find anything of particular interest. But
Yeah, I think right now we're kind of in a hurry to go talk to Mad Maggie, so I think Velma just shoved it all into her bag of holding and closed it up. And was like, okay, let's go.
great.
All right.
Hey, look, I was thinking too. Yeah, obviously, we don't look like we're from here, but I don't know. Let's not volunteer any information we don't have to. Meeting these people.
Like I'm from here.
What do you mean in particular? Should we not mention Ravnica?
It doesn't seem like we're there anymore.
Well,
We don't want to set ourselves up to look dumber than we already are.
That's true, but we also do want to return at some point, and we'd have to ask questions about getting to some other plane of existence, and maybe someone from Ravnica is here. We don't know. We might not be the first visitors.
Sure, just be careful, because
I'm not sure I've ever heard of Ravnica before. Lulu, the Hollyphant, pipes up. And by pipes up, I mean you hear in your heads.
Oh, hi, Lulu.
Because Lulu, the Hollyphant, does not communicate by talking, as far as you're aware. Yeah, I'm not sure I've, I don't know much, but...
We've had a bit of a bad history with people who talk to us psychically without our permission.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to...
No, it's just be careful with that.
I can talk out loud if you want.
Well, my concern is more, can you hear our thoughts? Is this like a thing? Is it a two-way street?
No. This is just telepathic communication that we can communicate directly.
Do you have to be nearby, or is it like anywhere in the world you can hear
No,
us?
I have to be relatively nearby. It's a pretty good distance though.
Lulu, where are you from?
She's gonna make a roll actually.
While this is going on, Tuthru is going to say in her head, "Hi, Lulu, how are you?" And just, like, talk in her head just to see.
Hi!
See if
She rolled pretty well.
hears me.
So yeah, she if you are talking to Lulu, Lulu can hear you. But this is not like she's a mind reader.
Got it.
She just has telepathy. Lulu is going to remember something. I need to turn my page to Lulu.
I was told an elephant never forgets.
Ooh, yikes.
sometimes an elephant wishes they could forget the things an elephant's been through.
Wow.
It's true.
Too true now.
Mostly the sewers.
Yeah.
All right.
You did forget about those ears, though.
Less that she forgot and more that she didn't share.
Lulu says, I'm also from another realm. I don't know where.
Are you from Innistrad? Was that the name of the place?
I believe so.
The hags?
No, that doesn't sound familiar.
Well, what does your place look like?
It's beautiful.
Definitely not here.
Alright.
No, definitely not here. Where's Ravnica?
Used to be everywhere.
Yeah, we don't really know how to
Now it's
answer
nowhere.
that question.
It's not.
Where are you?
something we
Where
can
are you from?
point to.
What's it like where you're from?
It's also beautiful. At least parts of it are.
It's more cramped.
Lots of city.
Yes, a lot of structures.
City.
Yeah. You know, like these buildings?
Yeah.
Imagine that there were like 3 of these for every one that you've got, and they just went in every direction as far as you could see.
Sounds like sounds like El Terrell. That's what it sounds like.
El Terrell.
El Terrell?
El Terrell.
We don't know. We don't know this.
You don't know what that is.
Anything?
You don't know the name of the place you're from?
Is El Terrell?
I don't remember what it's called exactly, but I know it's not this place.
Is El Terrell a location here in Avernus?
Yes. Well, sort of. El Terrell is a city like Ravnica, I guess. But it was taken from where it was and then put somewhere else, and that somewhere else is here.
An entire city was just moved.
Some pretty powerful magic. That's like stuff of legends.
Is there anything we should know about Mad Maggie before speaking with her?
I don't know if I remember Mad Maggie. I know that I need to get to Fort Knucklebone. I know this is where my friends were going. And I know that I have friends here who might be able to help.
You keep mentioning friends. Are these other? What is she? A Feldegrave? No, not a Feldegrave.
She's a Hollyphant.
Hollyphant. Such a cute name. Are they also?
No, their names are Chukka and Clonk.
Chukka and Clonk. And did you meet them here, or did they come from your home too?
I don't remember.
That's okay.
I've been here before.
Isn't this Fort Knucklebone? Isn't that where we were going anyways?
Yeah.
Is this another city that was brought from somewhere else and dropped here, or is this always just
I don't
been
think
here?
so. I think this one's always been here.
I wouldn't call this so much a city, really.
All right, well, let's not be rude.
Oh, I'm just saying. Yeah, I suppose that is a bit rude.
The question I have, so you seem to be having these memory issues. Is that common from people here? You said Avernus? Is that what you said we were?
Yeah, Avernus.
Is it common for people who visit here to lose memory, or is this a specific thing to you?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Maybe
Lulu,
maybe someone here will be able to. No, I don't know though. But I know this is where I was supposed to go.
yeah, Lulu, I don't mean to be rude to you, but you've been so informative, and we really appreciate it. But it probably is best if we get some more answers. People who have a little bit more, who aren't dealing with whatever is happening to you. We'll try our best to help you with it. But
Sounds like this Maggie's in charge around here. Maybe we can get some answers.
Yeah, that'd be good.
All right, let's go see her.
yeah.
So you want to get out of the demon grinder?
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
I don't suppose it's going to move while we're not in it, hopefully.
We gotta get some more of those coins.
Oh, I don't know about
No,
that.
we don't.
Yes, I'm sure there's a different, more sane way to power this vehicle.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I think sanity left the room when we got on that boat.
Well, you know, you gotta adapt to the situation that life hands you, so I guess we'll figure it out as we go along.
There's one thing I know how to do, it's adapt to a situation.
All right.
So we'll walk off, and is there someone there to lead us to Mad
Sure.
Maggie,
So
or-
you get out. So you open the door to the demon grinder, and the red caps are down there waiting for you. You open the door, and you're getting some gawkers, some onlookers, as you step out of this demon grinder. Which, if you recall, it was mentioned that this demon grinder bears the mark of someone else.
Right.
And so that has apparently garnered some attention. As you look around, I would say make perception checks.
14.
18.
Okay.
15.
8.
Okay. So the 18 and the 15?
14.
Okay. So you two look around and it's just a bunch of people milling about, carrying things, moving things on trucks, and you also see a good number of essentially garages with half-built war machines, lots of war machine parts, lots of different kinds of war machines. You see like two-wheeled vehicular movement. You see another vehicle like yours. It's the three-wheeled giant with a large swinging object in the front. That one appears to have more like saw blades in it. A couple of other... You see something that to our human eyes would look like a dune buggy, but is much more hellish and skeletal. And people are moving things in and out of those rooms and doing lots of stuff with them. The two of you, however, while you're looking through this whole area, you spot these two bird-like people who are working on that jalopy. And you notice that they're sort of taking particular interest in you and are sort of chittering at each other and look like they're about to make their way in your direction.
All right.
We're getting side-eye from some of the locals.
That's all right. I sort of expected. We're new here, and we might pose a threat to them, so they're probably worried. Let's just act like upstanding citizens and not get in any trouble.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll be honest, my instincts are saying that acting like upstanding citizens means we should always look a little intimidating.
No, let's not look intimidating. Let's look peaceful. Let's look
Non-threatening.
non-threatening.
All right, you two, you can look non-threatening. I think I'll look a little intimidating just to be on the safe side.
As we're walking, I pull out my fan, and I'm like fanning myself, and I'm kind of like singing to myself and moving my hands around, and I'm ritually casting comprehend languages. So it'll take about 10 minutes to cast that.
Great.
So just let me know when that's...
Excellent. As long as you are uninterrupted during the casting, that is fine. So you're going to hang sort of to the back of the party.
I'm kind of like walking with the group, and I'm kind of like, kind of working on that while we're walking.
Greetings. As they walk up, I'll just wave like, hello, greetings.
So
Nice to meet you. I am Lucian. This is my friend Tuturu. That's Astaroth, and over there is Velma.
one of them is just all up in your business, just like peeking around you, not making any noise, just sort of like fully investigating you. But by the way, this is a looks like a bit of a corvid, like a big raven person. And the other one is also a fully black raven person. And that one comes up and says, looks at your party and says, "What a deal!" And then changes. It sounds like a human voice when it comes up and says, "What a deal!" And then changes voices immediately thereafter, and says, "Patience is a virtue," into sort of like a middle-aged elfin kind of voice. And then immediately after waiting and says, "Can't keep the boss waiting," in sort of like a child's voice. "Who are you?"
Hi, I'm Tuturu.
"Hi, I'm Tuturu," says in exactly your voice back to you.
No, I'm Tuturu.
"No, I'm Tuturu."
I'm pretty sure I'm the only Tuturu here.
"I'm pretty sure."
Okay.
"No,
All right,
I'm
Bird.
pretty sure."
Start using your own words.
"I'm pretty sure." "Your own words."
That's,
we should probably keep moving.
That's a fun parlor trick. Yes, we're here to see Mad Maggie, I suppose.
"Ah, Mad Maggie," it says, and in someone else's voice. Similar a bit to authority figures you've met in the past, but and just sort of is changing voices in sort of a very copycat kind of way until this bird person spots your friend in the back and says, "Oh, my dearest Lulu. Make an insight check for me, everyone."
I'm not going to because I'm
Correct.
I'm focused.
Yep.
Ooh, natty 20s.
Woo! Well, that does it for us, probably.
You could still crit.
14.
Yeah, 19
Uh,
plus insight. 23.
Okay.
27.
23 is going to be good. With your 23, I will say that you recognize... So the voice is... Everyone recognizes that the voice is feminine but powerful and earnest, and sort of has gravitas behind it, but very clearly feminine. And you sort of also get a little twinge of familiarity from this voice, almost as if you've heard it before. Lucian spots it, just picks it out. That is the voice of a Firemane angel.
Oh, where have I heard that before?
Uh,
Oh, that sounds so familiar.
is that,
It's not Amara.
that, voice you just used, is that someone you know?
No,
Oh. But you...
I'm too true.
All right, well, it's not nice to mock people, but if that's how you speak, then that's how you speak.
That's how you speak.
Okay, well, that's rude.
All right, Lucian, this thing is just a dumb repeater.
Hey,
Use your own words.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure there's something to it. We just don't know who they are, and maybe this is a tactic to keep them protected.
Well, I don't think we got time to play with birds. So if you ain't got something important to say, we got somewhere to go.
Mad Maggie.
Yeah.
that's right.
Mad Maggie. And then we'll turn around and wave for you to follow.
All
I
right.
have a question. Were there two bird people, or was
Yes.
this just one?
Two bird people.
Okay.
The other one is not talking.
Oh, it's still
The
just
other
like,
one is still
okay,
just
got it.
sizing you up.
Wonderful.
And not being social at all. By the way, these bird people are wearing clothes. The one that's not talking is armored. Has a little bit of like scale armor and has a big warhammer on their shoulder. That has a little bit of a red tinge around the edges. The other one is wearing a dark sort of dark gray cloak and has a pike that it sort of walks around with. And they lead you. So they start leading you in a direction.
Can I pull up next to Astrok while we're walking and say, that was the voice of a Firemane angel?
What?
Pretty sure. I've heard them a lot in Ravnica, and I'm sure you have too, but I picked it out.
Where would that bird have heard a fireman?
I mean, in a place like this, I can't imagine, but just keep your eyes open.
So these two beings lead you up to the larger of the buildings in the area here. They sort of lead you past some detritus, which we will signify are these folks here. And they lead you up to a main sort of building. A few of the red caps are following closely behind, but they don't seem terribly worried by your cadre. The lead bird person sort of walks up and knocks on the door here and goes, "Mad Maggie, just give me a moment. I'll be out in a minute."
That's a very distinct voice.
And after a few moments, you see emerging from the door a witch person of some kind, with right behind a very large, just combination of parts, really. Doesn't really look like a being so much as an amalgamation of leftovers. It's got sort of devilish, demonish horns. It's got sort of an insectoid claw. It's got mismatched legs. It's got sort of like a tentacle thing poking out of its midsection. and it is probably 9 feet tall, following a old woman, craggy face, lots of warts, wears a helmet made of bone that also has horns in the helmet, has a breastplate that's also chitinous, looks like it's probably from some sort of worm or insect thing, and is wearing a belt that is also has a large insect exoskeleton skull on the front of it. It says, "Ah, you're the visitors, are you? Well, welcome to Fort Knucklebone. I'm Mad Maggie."
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. We are travelers from some distance away, and we are just looking for passage to, well, a place we don't know yet, but...
Interesting. Chaka and Clank, where did you find these wonderful treasures?
That's these two.
Yes, those are 2 of my mechanics. The Kenku.
I see. We have a friend of theirs, we think, a Lulu. And she looks past you a little bit and sees Lulu now for the first time.
Lulu. Wow. In the flesh and everything. Welcome back. Well, what? I don't... What do you mean, welcome back?
Yes, Lulu.
It's been a while since I've seen you.
Oh. Well, Lulu doesn't seem to remember being here before, but did know to come here somehow.
Interesting. You all had better come inside. I think that we have lots to discuss. And she will sort of amble like an old crotchety person would into this building.
We will follow.
Yeah, I guess we don't have a choice but to do whatever she says and hope it turns out well.
Well, we are guests in her home, so please just act appropriately.
Yeah.
So far, everyone's been pretty okay, albeit a little different from what we're used to in Ravnica, but...
Just a bit odd, and odd is fine.
So you walk in to this building. It's pretty sparse. It's wooden and dusty. There are benches. There are piles of tires that some of which have been turned into furniture, very clearly. There's a bar. Everything just has a thin layer of this hell dust to it. And Maggie sits on the largest chair in the room, makeshift throne, also with lots of spikes and sharp objects, and the armrests of which are made up of helmets and hubcaps and the occasional skull or two. And she has a seat and says, "Please, sit down."
Thank you.
So, what are your names?
I'm Lucian of the Azori Senate.
The what now?
It's a guild that I belong to.
The guilds. Of which world?
Ravnica. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but...
Ravnica. It's been a while since I've seen someone from Ravnica.
You know of Ravnica?
A little bit. Not a ton of travelers from there. Not a ton of souls make their way here from Ravnica.
Well, that's incredible. So
Yeah.
we want to get back there. We're trying to get back to Ravnica.
What do you mean by souls making their way here? Just you saying that in the general term? Because...
Yes. Generally speaking, souls... No, this is hell. Do you know where you are?
No.
What?
I see. Welcome to Avernus. The first layer of hell.
First layer of hell.
No, is that just a
Hell.
saying that when you
Hell.
come to a city...
The underworld. The land of demons.
Wait,
We have those in Ravnica. They're the Rakdos Guild.
I think that there might be some explanation required here. I don't know much about Ravnica, but let me see. And she will turn and sort of amble towards a bookshelf. And there is a bookshelf that, as she pulls books from it, it doesn't look like she's actually pulling books out of it. It just looks like it's being repopulated by books. And a pile of books just sort of makes its way next to her, and she's, I finally found it, all right. And she pulls out a book that looks vaguely familiar.
The Birds and the Bees.
It looks like...
The Guildmaster's Guide to...
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, so you're dead.
It looks like an early edition of The Advocist and the Urchin.
Wow.
Did you
Not
hear that?
exactly your
mean-
copy, but...
I have it.
Early, yeah.
Right.
I had the first edition.
You're the original.
Oh, that book really gets around, huh?
So we've had some visitors from Ravnica before, but I'm not exactly sure when, but... Not exactly a regular thoroughfare from souls coming from Ravnica here. Typically the way it works in Ravnica, as far as I'm aware, let me take a... Yes, here. It looks like the afterlife in Ravnica is sort of self-contained.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody knows what happens in the afterlife in Ravnica, because you kill somebody and then they become a ghost, and maybe they keep working for the Orzhov, or they eventually just kind of float away.
They used to have their own part of the city they lived in.
That's fascinating. I could sit here and listen to you talk all day, except for I don't want to. So, let's move on.
I like this one. Rude.
The,
I'm on board.
So Ravnica doesn't appear to fall into the general qualifications of the planes, as it were. The Forgotten Realms are a bit more complicated. There are the upper realms, and there are the lower realms. And in the middle, there's the material, and the elemental, and we probably have a map somewhere. And she will start going back through the bookshelf and tearing through it. All the while, this large amalgamation of stuff is just sort of like sucking on its thumb and just sort of aimlessly looking around and not really paying much attention. This is what they look like, by the way.
Oh, I love it.
Down here.
Love it.
This group right
Thank you.
Yeah, it's cute in the way that like super ugly dogs are cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Don't mind
So
Mickey,
cute.
he's harmless.
Cuter.
Is this how it normally is, or is this like a Celestian experiment gone wrong?
I think that there's some sort of misunderstanding. You see, the world where you're from is a bit more... Do you have snow globes?
We had
I
a...
think so. I think maybe some shop I've seen.
When you're born and you live and you die and you continue living, it's all within this little snow globe, and you don't really leave it. What you've managed to do is get outside of the snow globe. I'm not exactly sure how, but it seems you have. And so, you've managed to escape and get into a different part of... Well, there are many different universes and worlds and planes that exist, but you've managed to find your way into one of the lower ones.
So, are we in another snow globe?
Oh.
So where?
We're sort of a snow globe outside of the snow globe.
So like a snow globe where instead of little bits of snow, they have other snow globes that they shake
Maybe
up?
it's better if
Let
we
me-
drop
wait,
the snow
so
globe
let me
right
just,
now.
Yeah.
if I could be more clarifying. By the way, would I have any understanding? Like, is there any literature I would have read that maybe had like fantasy versions of this on
Sure,
Ravnica?
absolutely.
As a
So
race reader that was-
certainly as a noir
Yeah.
fan,
Okay.
you've seen some fantasy noir
Okay.
in your time where they speak of other worlds
And like afterlife and stuff like that.
and
Okay.
afterlives elsewhere.
So if I can understand what is it just mad?
By the way, your
Maggie?
10 minutes would definitely have.
Oh
been
yeah,
up
I
by this
actually
point.
did it for 10 minutes real time.
Perfect.
I went from 8:35 to 8:45, and I was like dreading you were gonna like have her start talking to me while I was still casting the spell, and I was like,
I love it.
from exactly 8:45, I put my fan away and started
Awesome.
playing. Okay, yeah. So if I understand this properly, then it's sort of like on other planes of existence than our own. When people die, instead of continuing to exist in the world they live on, they move to a different world. And this is one of those worlds?
Yes, that's almost exactly right.
So it's like if
planes,
ghosts didn't stay on Ravnica and they went somewhere else afterwards.
So, maybe I'm the only one who's thinking this question, but if we're here, does that mean we're dead?
Oh, now I'm thinking.
Maybe. Probably not, though. You
'Cause
look pretty solid.
Well, I don't feel dead, but I've never been dead before, so
Would
I
you
don't
like to
necessarily...
see if you're dead?
I would rather not find out the hard way.
Well, I think.
Fine. I thought we were going to have a bit of fun, but I do believe it looks like you've arrived with all of your things and all of your stuff and all of your junk, and so that means you're probably just here visiting, as opposed to actually having been sent here.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I was already dead, sure seems like there's a lot of things that are trying to kill me, and that wouldn't make any sense, so...
Let me give you a brief overview of what's going on. This world is called Avernus.
Got it.
It is one of the layers of hell. Hell is the land of the devils. The devils are, shall we say, the organized evils of the multiverses.
It's already different than Ravnica.
Many of the devils run different levels of the hells, of which there are 9. You have found your way on the first. This is the first level of the 9 hells. It only goes down from here. I am Mad Maggie. Very nice to make your acquaintance. I run a bit of a gang outfit here. I have a bit of an understanding with the devil that runs this particular layer of just all of Avernus, wherein I control a large portion of the land if I keep the other gangs in check from interacting too much with the business affairs of Zariel and her armies. You see, there's a large conflict happening, sort of at all times, between Hell and another plane of existence called the Abyss. The Abyss is, less organized, still quite evil, though, very useful as toughs and thugs, for my purposes, but typically the forces of the Abyss and the forces of the Hells are not really fans of one another, and so they're in a constant struggle of trying to take each other's turf.
So it's like if the Rakdos and the Golgari were having a war with each other.
Does that make sense to you?
I
don't. Were
kinda-
you talking to
Maybe
me?
the Orzhov and the Rakdos. I
Yeah,
just was trying to make it easier on you.
Okay.
This
There's a
sounds
lot
like
going on.
is this the blood war you hear in the back of your mind from Lulu?
We
Blood War.
The blood war. I remember that now. That's why I was here. Yes, I was gonna bring that up actually. Where did you find this one?
She was strapped to the front of our big old machine out there.
They were using
Not
her
by
as
us.
a light.
Using her as a light.
It was awful.
It was rather
Oh, you are more than just a light, little one. You're quite the bargaining chip if I ever saw one. If I were to use you as one, which I'm not suggesting I will, but they certainly put you into the wrong use if you were being just used as a light. What do you mean? Lulu, clearly you don't remember much. What do you recall? I remember being here. I remember being in another city and being sent with some folks, sort of like you, a group of 4 adventurers, and a wizard sent us through some sort of magic circle, and we got here, and we started looking, And I remembered little bits and pieces. I remember Fort Knucklebone. I remember that. I remembered, names. El Terrell. I remember Chukka and Clonk.
Ah, my mechanics. I was wondering who you were looking for. That's interesting.
I know I'm here for a reason.
Yes. Your friend here was a companion to a very powerful being.
Oh,
A being that now runs Avernus.
Oh,
well, that's wonderful.
yeah,
If
we can just unite.
Yeah, no, go.
It's
Yeah,
a
that's
good connection to stumble into.
Bit more complicated than that, unfortunately.
Of course it is.
Zariel runs Avernus. Zariel is in charge. I have an agreement with Zariel. I don't interact with her business, and she doesn't interact with mine. So, if you're trying to interact with her business, well, I can't really be involved, but I can point you in the right direction.
Well, we don't even know what Zariel's business is, or even your business.
I think that I should call. I need to look closer at Lulu and see exactly what's going on. Barnabas! Barnabas, get in here!
And she sort of shouts from over her shoulder. And floating into the room is a human skull that is on fire, missing a front tooth,
Ah, you can see that go.
and says, "You rang, mistress?"
Yes, Barnabas, I need you to do some investigation on this one right here.
Yes, certainly. Barnabas floats up to Lulu, and eyes glow a bit. Interesting. It seems that she's been splashed by some of the river Styx water.
Ah! That explains the memory loss.
River Styx water.
Yeah, what is River Styx?
What is River Styx? You're adorable. All of you are adorable. This is great. So, the River Styx is a avenue through the underworlds. What was that? Did you say something under your voice?
I've got a certificate that says I'm a blowjack.
Oh,
There's a
very.
way after all.
Is that made of paper?
Yeah, it's alright.
Paper? I haven't seen paper in a long time. Let me see that.
Whoa, wait, you're not gonna like rip it up or something, are you? Because I don't know if I can get another one of
You
these.
have plenty
You
of
just have
books.
books.
That's all vellum.
Oh, vellum.
Don't worry about
Could
it.
I just look at that book that you had for just like a moment? I just get
Sure.
curious about it.
And she can pass over the copy
Yeah,
of
I'm
the
gonna flip
Advocate
through it.
and your
Yeah. I flip right to where the poem is to see if I see this copy of it.
It is not.
Okay. I'll flip through it, and I'm kind of like cockily looking at the things that I know are redacted. Like,
Vellum sounds like a fancy word that might mean skin, but does it mean skin?
It sure does.
Oh,
it's
okay.
oh, this is very interesting.
Oh, were you asking me, the Dungeon Master? Or.
No, that worked great.
Oh, okay.
Paper's hard to come by. You see, there aren't many plants or trees to make paper from around here, so most of the pages are done on skin or leather.
Yeah, you guys aren't surprised by this, but leather-bound books were a thing in Ravnica, and I thought it was a little messed up. I mean,
They're just bound by
Yes, I did
leather,
not
not
think
written
you're
on
bad.
leather.
yeah, but I mean,
It does have a point.
my skin's leather.
I mean, all skin is leather if you dry it long enough.
Let me explain the River Styx to you all.
I put the skin book back on where I got it from.
Thank you. The River Styx is an avenue that traverses through the lower plains, and also traverses through some of the middle plains as well. It's a common passageway for beings to make their way to the afterlife kind of planes like this one, particularly in the lower realms.
Okay.
It's also a common avenue of travel for demons and devils and other forces thereof. It's typically the most common way that the demons get into Avernus and the Nine Hells.
What's the most common way to get out of the Nine Hells and Avernus?
That's a good
Well, I suppose the most common way is also the River Styx, but I wouldn't recommend it very highly for living beings such as yourselves. It's a highly corruptible substance and mode of transportation.
You know,
If you were to touch it, you mortals, you might suffer memory loss,
You know-
similar to your friend here.
now that you mention it, before we showed up here, weren't we on a boat?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a
There was a
moment
man.
we were...
A
Ah,
ferryman.
That's right.
that was the
you
river.
may have arrived here via one of the ferrymen. Interesting.
Is that how dead people arrive here, or is there a different way to arrive here?
Sometimes, did you pay
Pay the
the
ferryman?
ferryman?
I don't believe
No.
so. Should we have? Is that something we should have done?
I don't think we had a chance to. I think the hags paid him, perhaps.
The hags? You knew hags? I'm a hag! That's wonderful!
Well, that doesn't, inspire confidence in us. They tricked us.
Oh, I would never dream of doing that.
Did you just wink at me?
Insight check.
Yeah, I did.
I winked at the camera.
Can I make an insight
Yeah, go
check?
ahead.
Yeah. That's gonna be a 13.
She seems legit.
Okay.
My passive insight tells me yes.
Yeah.
Totally not legit.
Your passive insight as players say that hags are,
Yeah.
you know.
My passive insight was 15.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, she did wink though. Do I have disadvantage? Do I have advantage on that
Right.
roll? She winked.
Yeah, but she
Right.
winked at the camera.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is a
We didn't
demon
even
that
know the
exists.
camera was there.
Right.
Floating
Yeah.
eyeball.
Exactly.
The camera was Arthur.
I was winking at
Arthur tapped me on the
Barnabas.
shoulder and went, wait.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm building this for a documentary.
Well, you seem very informed about this Avernus, and would you happen to know where we can go to get back to Ravnica, or to speak to someone who could get us
Yes.
back?
Are
Interesting.
there any large trees here? Like very large trees?
That's a good question.
Like the biggest tree possible.
As I mentioned when I was talking about what you so eloquently called the skin book,
No one called it.
I think she called it.
I said it out of character, but
Oh,
I don't mind saying it.
sorry, I was looking at the camera. I forgot I was in character.
No one say skin book.
Good book.
I was,
Sorry,
as I was
my head.
mentioning, most of the books around these parts are made from vellum or other skins because plants and trees are not exactly common.
It is unfortunate.
There are places in this world where one might find plants or trees, but they're not common. You might know of the spawning trees.
Can't say I do, and I
Weird.
know a lot of trees.
You can assume we don't know anything
Fair
about
enough.
this world.
The spawning
Hence
trees
the
are
snow globe conversation.
The spawning trees are a place that you can find trees. I'm not sure how large they are or how alive they are, but it has the word trees right in the name.
I guess it's a good place to start.
I would also recommend that you asked earlier how to get out of this plane.
Right.
I'm not sure why you're asking for trees if that's what you're looking for. You're looking for some sightseeing, but the most common way out, I suppose, for demons and devils during the Blood War is the front lines, which is the River Styx. It's very difficult to miss. You can almost never miss it. It's a huge black gash in the earth that beings pour out of on a constant basis. If you ever see...
We think we saw a version of that.
Ah, there you are. On this side, of course, the forces of the Abyss clamber out of their whatever hidey holes they're in and clash against the shields of the forces of Hell. And that's the front lines of the Blood War.
Well, how long has this war been going on for?
A very, very long time.
Why are they at war?
The same reason anyone's at war. They want power. The demons want to control what the devils have. The devils want to control what the demons have. And other people get involved. Zariel, for example, wanted to get involved. It looked like the demons were winning at one point. And so a force came from the upper realms to try to help. To try to stave off the demons. Because if you need evil, you kind of want it to be lawful. You want it to at least follow the rules. And so, the angels, some of them, literally picked what they felt was the lesser of two evils.
Angels.
The angels did, yes. Some of them came and began fighting on behalf of the devils.
So was this Zariel you mentioned? Is she an angel?
She was once an angel.
Oh.
She assembled her army of Hell Riders to attack through the gate, tearing through forces untold, like a song through the air. Victory was well within their grasp. Her, astride her valiant steed, the thundering war mammoth, Lulu.
Teacher looks at Lulu.
Whose eyes are like...
I'll be honest, she doesn't look much like a thundering war mammoth.
Or maybe Zariel's very tiny.
Very small.
Or appearances could be deceiving, or things could have happened.
Right.
I don't know exactly what's happened to Lulu's memories, but I think that we might do a little bit of recovery effort, if you are feeling so bold.
I think that's up to Lulu.
It's Lulu's call.
Lulu, how do you feel about trying to retrieve your memories? And Lulu, who's been sitting quietly, eyes wide, looks at you all. I would like that, if it'll... Will it hurt? Oh no, I don't think it'll hurt. Okay. Will you all stay with me? Oh, we will need them. They'll need to help.
Of course.
Okay.
Is this a ritual of some sort that we need to do?
Very astute. I bet you like books.
The ones not made out of skin?
Oh, the ones made out of skin are good too. It's, they got a lot more meat on the bones. Okay, let's go do some looking. And she will start, her and her flesh golem will start pushing furniture off to the side.
Oh, we're doing it right here. Okay.
If you don't mind picking up that ottoman and moving it over there, please.
Yeah, okay.
Is it made out of skin?
Just... You want in the corner over here?
Do you want to know the answer to that question?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I pick up the ottoman. I'm like, you want in the corner over here?
Yes, put it in that corner over there.
right.
That's fine.
Mad Maggie, you said this was a realm for the dead. Is this a realm for the dead who are being punished?
I mean, if you're here, you're being punished, aren't you?
Well, that can be said for a lot of places I've been to.
That's fair. Mostly, it's souls that have found their way here are less than spectacular. You see, most of the, shall we say, wanted souls are claimed by their various entities that they worshipped or followed during life, and everyone else sort of comes here. So, not necessarily damned souls, not necessarily evil souls, just whatever's left.
Lost souls.
Lost souls.
So the voices that we heard from the coin, or that my friend heard from the coin, is that someone's soul?
You found a soul coin! And she will pull a purse from her pouch. And she lifts it with relative ease, even though you can tell that it has like 5 or 6 of these big coins that were pretty heavy in your hand. And she jangles it around in her hand and says, "You mean these?"
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you feel that? Do you...
Can I feel?
Can the souls inside?
Oh, yes, I have many in here. I've got like 5 or 6. I'll give you one if we are successful. Maybe 2 or 3. They'll help you run your vehicle out there.
I don't think we'll need them.
Is there?
I think you will. The way that these work is that inside of every coin is a soul. It was put there by some form or fashion, often by making a deal of some kind, the mechanics of which are confusing to me. They're made on a different level. I don't really get involved in the office politics of the 5th or 6th levels.
I see. It's a contractual obligation that they become a coin after ceasing their existence in the material plane.
Sometimes they do not complete their contracts, or they renege on obligations, or they fail to live up to expectations, and as recompense, they're put into the coins as well.
It's punishment for breaking a contract. I see. And I do not feel any guilt about Steve. Seems like
It's like defaulting with yours off.
Exactly. Yes, totally fair. If they signed the contract, they knew what they were getting into, and
I like you. That's a good outlook on it. So the coins are quite potent as they run on literal souls, and the process of demolishing a soul down to its core elements helps run some of the engines that you may have seen and have driven in on, as a matter of fact, your demon grinder that you brought in.
it's a bit unwieldy, but it got us here.
Indeed. Where did you find that? It looks like it's one of Feanor's.
It found us and attacked us, and we were victorious. And
What was operating it, if you don't mind my asking?
Yeah, there was he looked like a human sorta, but he kind of more mottled and big and gray, and
Somewhat
he
undead.
cut real
Sounds like a ghast.
sure.
Sounds like a ghast to me.
Okay,
yes,
yes.
that would be one of Feanor's. Feanor is, well, she's a piece of work, is what she is. She is a necromancer.
That
She's
sounds
one of
about
the
right.
she's one of the other gang leaders. You see, she operates one of the rival. She would call herself a rival. I wouldn't so much, but she sort of does what she can, and she raises her own forces from whatever's left over, and mostly whatever's left over is dead people.
That
And
does
so
track with what I found with the bodies.
she has many resources to be able to drive said vehicles, but good help is hard to find, especially when you're dead and stupid. So I'm glad that you were able to take it from her and bring it to me. It's actually a fine piece of work. It looks like it has that gilded armor on it. I would certainly be willing to trade you for it, if you are interested in a different vehicle of some kind, or if you're looking to keep it. Well,
Sounds like we're gonna need something to make it around out here.
Yes, but maybe something less noticeable and maybe a little bit smaller.
if you're interested in upgrading, I can certainly make an offer. Perhaps you'd be interested in a bit of a wager.
All right. What
Wager.
sort of wage are we talking about?
We'll get to that later. Let's take care of the matter at hand first. Then we'll work on your ride.
All
One
right.
thing at a time. All right. Now, how do we do this ritual?
Well, let me set some things out. And she will walk about the room and makes a bit of a circle on the ground with some cushions that are sort of leather cushions with some tassels of various kinds, and sort of sprinkles some sort of dust around. Now, Lulu, why don't you have a seat right over there, right in the middle there? And Lulu sits in the middle, and all of you can have a seat on cushions around the outside.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll be right back. She'll walk over to the side and open a old chest and pick up 2 skulls and place them in a bit of a triangle with herself around Lulu. And she says, I'm sure my sisters won't mind if I pick their brains for a bit, if you don't understand my meaning. Please, close your eyes. Keep them closed. This will be about 10 minutes. And and I need your undivided attention.
Right?
Do you trust this?
I don't know.
Okay.
We really have a choice, do
No,
we?
we don't.
Oh, who's talking? My eyes.
Just
It's too true.
do through.
Good, Drew.
Keep those ears of yours open.
They're always open. That's my trick.
Can't really close ears, I guess.
Sorry, I'm looking for my new music here.
It's gonna be okay, Lulu. We're right here.
Okay, as long as you say so.
If
We don't actually know if it's going to be.
yeah, okay, that's fair. I can't promise it's gonna be okay, but we are here with you.
You're allowed to lie just a little bit.
No, that's not fair.
Okay.
Don't tell him you're lying, and it doesn't.
I'm really
I'm
nervous.
just saying it's an option.
I am too.
I let Arthur off my shoulder, and she kind of like runs back a little bit so that she can kind of keep an eye on things while we're in this
Okay.
ritual.
Barnabas, the flame skull, will keep an eye as well. I think this is the one I want. Yeah, that's. Oh, here we go. This is the one. You're sitting there with your eyes closed, and suddenly a vision enters your minds collectively. You know your eyes are still closed, but in your mind's eye, they're open.
No, not again.
There's rich, radiant light of rainbows and warm sunlight.
Oh, actually.
Lulu flies across a lush meadow at the side of a beautiful blindfolded angel. They walk through the tall grass together. And you hear in your head the voice of Mad Maggie.
This isn't where we're stopping. You have to push through this one. It only represents what Lulu wishes were true. We need to see more.
Question about the angel. Does she look like a fireman angel or like a different kind of angel?
Make I would say make an insight check.
I'll do that too.
I was gonna say you
Okay.
would probably recognize.
I spent time with fire mains.
Yes, we all have.
Yeah.
You fought
I
one.
spent more time. 11.
You spent time inside one.
He has like
Yes.
he has like posters of fireman
Oh.
angels in his room.
Right.
Okay, that's going to be a 16.
Fireman angel calendar.
Oh,
From
looks
this
like I know more about
angle,
than you do.
neither of
Way
you
more
can
time.
really tell
letter.
exactly. You can't tell exactly from how you're looking at the scene. Similar wing structure, similar body type, similar face angles,
Okay.
but the light is pervasive and sort of fuzzes the edges of your vision. Very J.J. Abrams starburst going on. I also need intelligence saving throws from everybody.
Ooh.
Cool. 19.
11.
12.
Uh-oh. Not great.
Uh-oh.
Probably an 8 or something. Yeah, that's an 8. Nope, 6.
Okay. Lucian,
Yeah.
you're gonna take 10 psychic damage
This doesn't feel great.
Are you okay? What's going
as
on?
the vision sort of fades and drips to inky black in your head, and your brain hurts a little bit. But as everyone else is able to come together, you're able to push through, and the vision fades into white and blurry. And the white turns into a bit of a red and changes and turns. into orange and red. You see a battlefield on a barren hellscape. You see a circle of flame in the middle of this battlefield. And as you look in through the flames, you see Lulu and the angel, unconscious, badly injured on the ground. And you see yourselves standing in defense around them, protecting them, facing outward as small spine-covered beings creep ever closer. In the distance, you can see a formation of humans running away, the backs of armor and the flying of flags.
The devils, she says. You have to defeat the devils.
Roll for initiative.
Wait, what?
What?
Defeat them.
What? 13.
15.
So I got 14.
15.
Let me get my cards out real quick.
You guys, how much do we really like Lulu?
A lot.
Why not?
Abandon her.
Oh man.
You're in love with Lulu already.
Yes.
Aw.
I mean, if we'd found like a tiny bowl, maybe.
All right. We'll
Yeah,
use this one as the.
And
like
its name was
those.
Rock or something.
Yeah.
I don't have a.
Left
That's his
you
dad's
again.
name, though.
Right, exactly. I don't have a thing that
Same was Astor.
has the right. Yeah, exactly. I don't have a thing that has the right monster. So you see appearing through the fire around you, 6 devilish beings appear, and they are going to set upon you once I find them.
Wait, I thought Lulu and her friend were fighting on behalf of the devils.
Yeah, they look like they're out of this fight for now.
You don't know?
I'm saying it in character.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Excuse me, Maggie. What is happening? I thought we were helping Lulu. Why are we fighting?
This is all part of her memory. This will help explain where she's from, why she's here.
I have a question.
Yes.
I should have asked this earlier. Have we had a short rest or anything?
Sure
since
haven't.
last time?
No.
Oh boy.
How you looking?
I'm on a scale of 1 to 58. I'm about an 11.
Okay.
Cool.
I mean, I only took, half my life in damage when he parked
Actually,
the car.
you know what? Let me think.
No, this is fine. We're gonna be good.
No, yeah.
I mean, you had opportunity.
This isn't real
in the
life. We're gonna
car.
be okay.
Yeah, I mean, you had opportunity in the
No.
car if you want to say you had one.
No,
we did.
No, we didn't.
Cool.
It's fine.
Okay.
We were fighting a war the whole time we were driving,
Great.
and then we
Yeah.
had
20 and
appreciate
higher.
that, though.
20 and higher.
Nope.
20 to 15.
15.
15.
Oh, 15 off. 15
no,
off.
we rolled plus 2.
Riley's first. She has the highest
Okay.
dexterity.
No, we have the same.
Really?
We both have plus 2.
15 to
Oh.
10.
13.
Then what do we do?
10
you
to
go first.
5.
You're a
and
fighter.
you're last.
I'm at 6. Yeah.
Okay. You see 6 of these beings about you. And Velma, you're first to act.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
They are flying through the flame and sort of beginning to
flying.
circle.
Okay. I am gonna boom, fire some Eldritch Blast stuff at him.
Great. Go ahead and
So I'm
do
gonna
your thing.
fire 2, one of the one closest to me and one of the one right next to it. So,
Okay.
so I'm gonna fire them both at the same time. Okay, so that is going to be a 23
Hits.
and a 17.
Hits.
Okay. Let's roll 2d10.
And you're firing at 1 or 2?
No, 2.
2 different ones.
Two different ones.
Great.
The one closest to me and the one closest to it.
Okay.
Like the 2 in front.
Gotcha.
So that's going to be, the first one is going to be 8 damage, and the second one's going to be 6 damage.
Okay.
Force damage.
Excellent. And you
So that's
shoot
like-
off these eldritch blasts.
Yeah, you basically see, that, that's what these are right here. It's like fire comes out of my hands.
Perfect.
And
And the purple, yellow, orange of your eldritch blast dissipates around.
there's like music notes kind of built into it a little bit too.
Nice. As these spined devils do take that damage. Astaroth, it is now your turn.
All right. Sorry, it's been a little while since I've used this, but the first thing I want to do is activate my my Boros signet so that I can get the heroism going on. But I can't remember if that is a action or a bonus action.
Oh, for the signet?
Yeah. Do you remember what page the signets were on the...
It's like 230 something.
Oh, boy!
Let me see, I just had my signet up.
Yeah, I used to have the page marked, but I've lost it!
Do you
Well,
not?
wait.
Do you have the card?
You can extend
Yeah,
it
but it
one
doesn't
shot.
say...
It's basically whatever that
Oh.
spell is. That's how it works. So whatever the spell... You're using heroism?
Yes.
I have that spell, so I can just tell you.
Okay, tell me that spell.
Heroism is one action.
Yes. Okay, so yeah, the first thing I will do is cast... No, actually, you know what? I'm going to skip casting heroism because we're kind of in the midst of everything. So is there anyone who's like on the ground?
No, they're all circling.
So we can't get any hot... So,
You can get up to them. They're just flying in around you.
okay, so how would I like get to the point where I could close?
You could just run up to one. It's close to the ground. They're not flying
small?
high. They are small. Yes.
Okay,
Astaroth, throw your javelin!
Stop it!
Astaroth pulls out his axe and is like,
All right, well, let's hope this thing still works in Vision Quest.
and is going to just run up and leap and hack at one of the demons
Sure.
in the air.
Roll an attack. Do you want to attack one that's injured or not?
Yes. If
Okay.
one is injured, I will go for that
Two
one.
of them have been shot by damage.
Oh
from-
boy.
Oh.
Okay, so I rolled a 27.
That'll hit.
I hope
Because
so.
if that doesn't hit, we are screwed.
Yeah.
All right, that's 1d12 plus 6. All right, so that is 17 damage.
Okay.
That's the first attack.
And that was one of the damaged ones?
Mm-hmm.
That one is completely dead as you
Whoa!
slice through it.
Dang.
It actually doesn't fall into a body. As your axe slices through it, it fades into black smoke and dissipates.
So Astaroth hits the ground, and then because I have the second attack, can I do the second attack on the next person?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Astaroth hits the ground and is like,
All right, I'm feeling it again now.
and then we'll leap at the next one
Okay.
and try and attack him.
Go ahead.
Ooh, that's a 1.
Okay. That's not going to hit.
Okay.
But you do get an inspiration die.
Yeah,
Because you rolled a
Yay!
natural 1 in hell. So the way that we're doing inspiration for this show is when you roll a 1, I'm giving you inspiration that you can use later. You still get a 1 though.
Yeah, so Astaroth, after the first one, gets up to like try and shoot at another, or try and not shoot, try and cut up another, and the wounds that are on him from the earlier fights sort of like open up, and he's like,
Ugh. Ain't got time for this.
and I'm going to use my, as a bonus action, I'm going to use my second wind
Oh, okay.
to just heal. So I get 1d10 plus 6 hit points.
Oh, this permanent?
Yeah.
Like not temp? Oh, cool.
Yep, it's just like a quick healing ability.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get 8 hit points
Great.
back, which is great.
Is that your turn?
Yep.
It's now going to be the Devils' turns. The Devils are all going to attack one of you, and then one of them is going to attack, or the other one is going to attack Lucian again. So 2 will attack Lucian.
Taking it.
Poor Lucian.
Ooh, that's not great. Well, 11 and 4.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I'm not gonna look at my AC.
Great. 17?
Dang, yeah, that's my armor class.
Whoa!
12?
No. 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 Come on.
Nope.
Okay.
Wow.
12.
The
Okay.
only one, the only one that hits is here. You take 6 damage as
Alrighty.
one of them stabs you with its fork,
Oh,
which is hilarious. And they continue encircling you and ensorceling you and going about their business. Tutru, it's your turn.
awesome. Am I right next to you, Astaroth?
I kind of ran off to like So I'm not right in the
All
midst
right.
of everyone.
I'm gonna run up to you.
Okay.
Because I saw you kind of like wince as you went to make that attack and completely whiff. Okay, here. May the world song heal you and help guide you. And then I'll cast Cure Wounds on you. And that will heal you for 1 + 7, 8. More.
Nice.
Good to know the world song still has some sway here.
Me too.
Is that your turn?
Yep, and she
Okay.
kind of smirks because she's happy to know too that yes, she is not abandoned from Celestia.
There's always
And
a place for
it's-
music.
All of the things that are occurring, by the way, are how you see them. They aren't necessarily reality. The magic that you cast, you feel Celestia's warmth when you are using it. The axe feels powerful in your hand. You feel the love of the generous stray when you are using your powers.
Yeah.
They are the platonic ideals of how you see your powers in this dream state. Lucian, it's your turn.
Okay. How much did she heal
I
you
made a
for? What are you at,
mistake.
Astaroth?
What?
What are you at now?
I'm at 27.
Okay. I am going to go to Tuturu then, so next to both of them, and I'm going to place my hand on her and cast Heroism. And I'm going to do it as a bonus action because I have Embodiment of the Law. I can change an enchantment spell to bonus action 4 times during a long, or before I have to take a long rest to reset.
Nice.
And also I'm going to use Voice of Authority because I'm casting a spell on a friend, an ally, and it's an first level, or actually second level. You get to make a free attack on a creature you can see.
Nice.
What does
There you go.
heroism do?
So you are imbued with bravery, and you are immune to being frightened. You gain 10 hit points equal to your spellcasting. So you gain 4 10 hit points.
Sweet.
And you get that at the start of your turn.
Okay.
Every time. Every
Awesome.
turn.
Do I get it right now then or no?
Yep, you get it right now too.
Sweet.
This is concentration, so I am concentrating to do this.
Oh wow.
But now you get to make a free attack as your reaction.
Okay, I guess the one that hit me, or wherever is closest, I will swing my mace at.
Okay.
15.
That'll hit.
Woo! And it's 1d6 plus bludgeoning. That's a 6 plus 1, 7 damage.
Great.
Yeah.
You want to hit the
Yeah.
injured one?
Sure.
Okay.
Thanks, Lucian.
You're welcome.
Top of the
Lucian.
round, Velma.
I don't know why I keep calling you
Okay,
Lucian.
I am going to look at the one that I already hit,
Mm-hmm.
and I am going to murmur some words and make some motions, and
Yep.
my eyes are going to go black, and it has to make a wisdom saving throw.
With your dice again.
I know.
Wisdom?
Yeah.
Did you do fairy
14.
fire?
It worked!
As I chant, suddenly a large bell chimes, and I have cast Toll the Dead, and it's been damaged already, so it takes a D12 damage. And so that is unfortunately only going to do 2 necrotic damage to
Alright.
it, because my dice apparently screwed me this time. But at least it worked, so I didn't waste a turn on it. And then I am going to reach out, and I'm going to flash my fans, and I'm going to give one more of that Bardic Inspiration love, and this time I'm going to give it to Lucian.
Sweet. And that's a D6?
D8.
D8 now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for the next
Nice.
10 minutes. Yeah,
Very
level
good.
6.
Real quick,
you
I
get-
forgot to use my regular action because I did
Oh,
the
okay.
bonus action.
Sure,
I'm
let's
going to
do
use that to aid Astaroth. So
Okay.
he has advantage on his
You have
attack.
advantage on your next attack. Awesome, cool.
And let me know if they are attacking me specifically, let me know when they're doing it. 'cause
Perfect.
I have a thing I can do.
Will
but
do.
I didn't realize what was happening last time.
Next up is Astaroth.
All right, Astaroth kind of gets up, and the power of Celestia and him, Azorius, aiding him, he's just like,
Okay,
That one, throw your javelin!
back on my feet. Hey, shut up, Blue.
You know what I mean.
and he's just going, and Astaroth is going to take a run and just take a running leap at another one of the demons.
Ah!
Do you want to do an injured one or the one injured one or an uninjured one?
I'll go for actually, I'm going to go for an uninjured one.
Okay.
I'll let you guys handle the one that's already been injured. So, first attack.
As long as
In the dice, in the box.
What?
heroism.
I'm rolling with advantage, right?
Yes, as you have been aided.
Okay, so I got a 15.
Hits.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah,
Or 1 minute.
for a while.
Having +9 attack is pretty nice.
It's not bad. These things are not hard to hit, so.
Okay.
It's a theme with demons and devils. Is they're big stacks of hit points, but they just like
They're not that hard to
they're
hit
not
with.
hard to hit. Yeah.
I do 15 damage to him.
Okay.
My axe just like slams into one of his wings.
Awesome.
And you roll with advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is that just for one attack?
Just one attack, yeah.
Oh, and my
Okay.
attack was
Next
necrotic. Is that resistant to necrotic?
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It seems like these attacks, by the way, you can tell that they are ignoring reality in terms of how they operate. When you swing your axe, it's like swinging through a hallucination.
Okay.
They aren't making marks. You can't tell whether they're injured. You just know that they're injured.
Right.
So like projections, sort of?
Yeah.
Well, I also know he's not injured enough yet.
And I come in for the second attack.
Nice.
Yes, get him.
Aha! Which is a 21.
Hits.
That's 9 damage.
Great. And as you attack that one and you swing your axe back up through it again, that one also turns to smoke as it sort of lets out a last dying scream.
Nice work, Red.
I gotta say, it doesn't feel that satisfying when they, like, don't cut in half. They just gotta boof.
The 4 remaining devils will each attack one of you.
Okay, the one attacking me has disadvantage.
Great. 11, 21,
Dang.
4, 5.
Okay, so I hold up the Skyblinder staff when it goes to attack me, and so like light shines in its eyes, and it also has to make a Constitution saving throw.
7 on the dice.
Yeah, it fails that, so that one is now blinded until its next turn.
All right. 2 true. You take 8
Go.
fork damage
These little forks, these are made for eating,
as
not
it stabs you. And they continue to
take
swirl about.
Oh, that's right.
It is now your turn. 2 true. You just take 4.
My turn, so I gain 4 more.
Yes, you gain 4 more.
Oh.
There you
You're
go.
imbued with bravery.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty brave right now, and I'm like, you know what? We're in this weird place. I don't know what's going on, but we can handle this. We're gonna get through this. And I look into the eyes of that devil, and I just swing.
Hell yeah. Oh, hell. Right.
And I roll a 10.
10 does not hit. So I can do this.
It's okay. You can do it next time.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's okay. Next time. we
Good
got
effort.
this.
Keep up the hustle.
That's right. Lucian.
How far away is Zariel? Can I get to her?
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Where they
on
know?
the ground. Yes. I would say 15 feet away.
Yeah, I want to go to Zariel and does she look dead or just injured?
You don't know. You can get up and do a medicine check, but that would be your action.
I'm going to take a knee and make a medicine check and just see what's happening. Can I do it to both of them?
Sure.
Just to see what
Yeah.
the...
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I want to see what's going on with them. I assume it was the demons that took them down, but I want to see if there's any way they're going to get back up. Medicine, 12 plus 4, so 16.
16, they appear to be at 0 hit points and stabilized.
Okay, so they're not dying.
Correct.
But they are just not... Are they awake? Can I say
Nope.
something to them?
Not awake. Unconscious.
All right, we're going to do our best here. And I'm going to get up and just get back into combat.
Okay. Top of the round, Velma.
I'm gonna go try but true. I just go ahead and just fire up, but this time it's gonna focus on one of them, and I'm gonna fire off 2 Eldritch Blasts back to back at them.
Do you want to shoot at the injured one, the blinded one, or one of the regular uninjured, unblinded?
I'll
ones?
fire at one of the uninjured, unblinded ones. See if I can take one down that hasn't been really hurt yet.
Yeah, don't worry, I got this one.
Cool. And then I'll fire at the one that I can. So that's going to be a 19 and...
Hits.
Okay, they're both going to hit then.
Great.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and roll 2d10s for this guy. So just fire both off at him. Okay, and that is going to be 13 damage.
Oof. Okay.
Hot dang!
Yeah. So you can see like...
And you fire
I
off.
like
and,
this.
And the blasts themselves sort of extend around the devil, and sort of you definitely get the impact, but then it immediately dissipates away back into dream stuff.
Okay. But did it kill it?
Nope, not that
Okay.
one. Astaroth.
So how many are left?
There are 4 remaining.
Okay. So I'm gonna keep on keeping on. You know, like dream whacking these things is working.
Yes.
So he just kind of keeps spinning around, flailing with his big ol' horn axe, and goes to another one that is uninjured so far, and goes to attack, and that is a 17.
17 hits.
Yes, 12.
12 damage?
No, 18.
Oof.
Yeah.
On the injured one.
I rolled the 12.
On the injured one?
This was on the newly uninjured.
Great.
No longer.
That deals it a bunch of damage.
Hooray! And then the second attack comes in for it.
Great.
Astaroth's a whirling death machine.
Yes.
23.
23 hits.
You might say he's amazing.
Yay! Oh, I rolled a 1, but I get to reroll ones because
Minotaur's
of my
amazing.
thing. Yes, I love mazes. That's 12 damage.
12 will kill that one.
Ooh!
And as you kill that one, you swing through it, and it screams and dissipates. And as that third one dissipates, the vision sort of skews and wavers like the heat of the fire that surrounds you, and sort of fades away, except for the 3 remaining devils, which float lazily around you until they all land in front of you.
Wait, was that it? I was finally starting to have some fun.
The landscape now sort of fills with a dense fog of smoke, and they bow in front of you.
Maybe we've impressed them with our battle skills? I don't know what's happening.
In your minds, you hear a disembodied voice of some kind say, "If you spare our lives, we will help you."
I'm not sure if you're real or if we are, but I suppose that's better than fighting.
I agree.
I think this is a memory of when, it was Zariel?
Mhm.
When Zariel and Lulu went to help the devils, because those are devils. We were fighting them, and they were on the same side, according to Maggie, so this might be when they
that's
first
right.
aligned. I think we're in a memory.
That makes sense.
Well, I mean, we could use all the help we could get either way.
All right, I assume in the memory that they did accept, so yes, we accept.
They bow their heads and blow away. The smoke also blows away. And you see a vast, blasted landscape. Nothing but wasteland.
This looks familiar.
And as you look about, it does look familiar. Except that, as you look down, black, icky Icarus sludge begins to rise from the ground like liquid from a sponge.
Oh.
It envelops your feet and grips you around the ankles and begins climbing your legs. And as it does, the disgustingness of the sludge is secondary. More painful is the horrific feeling of loss that envelops you. That the more the sludge covers you, so too does the feeling of wistful remembrance.
I think this is the river Styx. I think this is what happened to Lulu that made her forget her memories.
Don't let the sludge consume you. You must push through. Push through her defenses.
Try to push.
She must look. You must make her look.
Okay, I try to like push myself through the sludge.
I need strength or dexterity checks.
Well,
I'm gonna go with strength.
I'm gonna go dexterity. And you still have bardic inspiration.
Oh, thank you for reminding me.
18.
And as you
Go ahead and hand me one of those inspiration coins.
as you go, the devils that you previously made a deal with swoop down from the sky and offer assistance and reach out their hands.
I crit failed, by the way, so I don't know if that affects anything, but that's why I took this.
It's possible to succeed still because these devils are offering assistance.
Okay, I take them.
Yeah.
Great. So all three. Does anyone else reach for a devil?
I mean, yes.
Oh, you have to.
devil's
I mean,
up for
I can handle it myself.
Yeah, I got out.
What did you roll?
I think I got an 18.
24.
Okay. You two are both able to pull free of the dream sludge.
Can I run over and try to?
Roll an initiative for me, just to see how fast you can go over and help.
6.
No.
Okay.
Can't. You're
And
free.
I chose the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's taking? There are 3 devils.
I mean, do they look like mischievous or the same devils we saw
These are
earlier?
the devils that helped you earlier.
Okay.
And they look like they're holding out their hands to help pull you.
Okay, I take one.
I
Yeah.
will take one too.
There are 3 devils. They each have a d6 attached. So roll however many 6s you're taking to your roll. Are you taking 1 devil, 2 devils?
I'm going to have to take 2
You
then.
should probably get 2.
Yeah, okay.
I'll take just the 1 then.
This is 666 for these devils.
Ah, clever.
Okay, so that's still only going to be an 8 for me.
Yeah, I only got to 10.
Okay.
But
Even
you have
though
your,
these
your
devils,
bonuses, your dex bonuses too. Because you rolled a 1.
Oh yeah, so I got a 10.
Hey, 10.
so
Hey.
they try
Good
to
point,
pull you. They can't really help you out. They can't really pull, but the others emerging from the sludge, eventually you're able to help your friends, but not before the 2 of you just have overwhelming, awful, terrible memories. In fact, for the 2 of you that failed, describe for me, in your memory, the worst loss you've experienced. And tell me how you see it in this vision.
Oof. Gonna put me on the spot here.
I'm in the library on the campus of Prism University, and I was told that she would meet me here, and I waited all day, and she never came. And when I went to look for her, I found her with him.
I think I have to remember back to when I had just lost or no longer had a sister, but I was still convinced I did, and it was her birthday, and I was just sitting alone in my room, or in her room, in her empty room, and just thinking like this, she does exist. She does, I'm sure of it, but I had no proof. I had lost her completely.
These memories, you see them vividly. Each of you see them vividly. And they are...
Oh, then you see your mother and your father in my memory. Like a younger version of both of them.
Yeah. Younger versions of... that was Dusty, or...
I was Dusty.
You're Dusty.
She was
that
Dex.
was Dex. Yeah, because Decavia. And the images of this dream are like when film gets too hot and starts to bubble and begins to drip a little bit at the edges. And you both take 16 psychic damage.
Oh.
By the way, the damage that you took from those devils was also psychic damage.
Cool.
As opposed to physical damage. As the sense of awful, horrific loss amplifies around you.
Lucian, Velma, are you okay?
No.
I don't feel great.
You're able to pull free of the sludge.
All right, keep it together. Come on, Blue. It's V. You can handle this. We've been through worse.
Yeah, it's fine. I survived that. I'll survive this.
It's all in our heads.
Do I remember it still, or is a memory gone from my head now?
No, you still have it.
We've been through worse. We can handle this.
It's true. I've been through much worse than that.
Expected this ritual to be a bit simpler.
The image sort of fades again into a different image, different mental image. you see Lulu sitting, resting by a campfire. She looks like asleep. By herself. There's a spotlight from directly above her. And it looks like there is, make a, what check would this be? I would say perception or investigation, your choice.
19.
9. That is going to be 21.
You have 19?
Wait, no, sorry, 15.
I got 21 as well.
It looks. Oh, you got 21 as well. It looks like Lulu is asleep, just napping.
Aw.
Next to the campfire, there appears to be a tripod with what appears to be some sort of looking glass attached.
Pointing which way?
Not pointing in any particular direction.
Okay.
Are we like physical here? Can we go?
You are not physical.
Oh.
We're just viewing.
You see it.
Okay. Lulu, can you hear us?
And Lulu sort of. Yes. Where are you?
We're in your memory, but we're not present here at the moment.
Okay.
Do you know who we are, Lulu?
Yes, you're my friends.
Do you think she needs to look through the tripod thingy?
Lulu,
Yeah.
what's the thing on the tripod?
It looks like a looking glass.
Can we move?
You're not here. You're disembodied voices in Lulu's head.
Now we're in your head.
Can you go see what you see through it?
Sure. And she will get up and she will look into this ornately carved looking glass. And then once she does, closes one eye and then opens the other eye, steps back.
What is it?
I know where we need to go.
Where?
I know where we both need to, where we all need to go.
Where's that?
We need... I need to go find her.
Your angel friend?
Yes.
Where do we need to go?
You need to find her as well.
That's-
No one gets in or out of Avernus without her.
That voice that the birds used when they said your name, was that her voice?
Yes. Yes, I remember now. That was Zariel. We were friends. Why didn't I remember her voice?
Sounds like you were being prevented from doing so.
It sounds like you were splashed by the river. Do you remember why or how that happened?
No. No, I don't know who splashed me.
If we press forward in this dreamscape, will that show us what happened, or do we have to go to her to find out what happened?
I think we just need to find her.
Lulu, how do we get out of here?
All you have to do is just wake up at this point.
Oh.
Yeah, how do we do that?
How do we do that?
That's a good question.
Maggie?
You can figure that one out.
Maggie.
Bye. No, I'm
No.
kidding. I'm kidding. I don't know how to. I mean, I got you this far, but you're sort of in there now.
I have an idea.
You can hear me, right?
You did a ritual. What? You didn't know how we could.
Look,
Wait, I have an idea.
It's hag business. I don't know exactly how it works. Magic.
I left.
Magic's weird.
I left Arthur outside the ritual.
Sure.
And that's why I haven't used it the whole time I've been here. So I kind of like try to reach out to her with my mind.
Sure.
And try to see if I can like take over her.
Let's do a religion check.
Okay. And I'm gonna use my inspiration on this one, so we'll see how it goes. I'll just roll them both now. Because you know what? If I'm gonna get it, might as well use it. Right? If I'm gonna fail, might as well have a chance. Alright, so the higher one's gonna be an 11.
Okay. Outside of the brains, you see in the cutscene, you're sort of being pawed at,
Okay.
but it doesn't do the trick.
Oh, I was trying to send my consciousness.
Oh,
into
send
Arthur.
your consciousness
I
into
do,
Arthur.
like I do when I'm
Sure,
looking through her eyes.
we'll say that you
Yeah.
do that.
So then I go with Arthur and like start like pawing at myself.
Okay.
Pick myself up. Yeah.
Pawing does not work.
Okay. Claw a little bit.
All right, make an attack roll.
Yeah. I forget what the cat's attack is, but whatever.
We'll see what it does.
Maybe
I'll just roll
flat-footed
straight
or
up.
Plus
something.
20 or something.
Yeah.
So it's like
Oh
I
yeah,
think it's a 13.
you're unconscious, so this has advantage.
Okay, so it was a 13 or
Crit
a
yourself.
a crit fail, so
yourself.
13.
Sure.
Yeah.
Roll your d4 for the claw damage.
Okay.
Arthur claws at your throat and kills you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In your
hits the
sleep.
jugular.
Wow, this is
And then
hell.
I
Right.
become a soul coin.
4.
Yeah.
Cool. Take 4 damage.
Yeah, of course.
And you all feel a cat scratch.
What the?
Oh.
Ah!
Oh.
As on
said I had a plan.
on the exact same part of your body,
Oh, come on.
on the exact same part of your upper arm, where your tattoo is. And you all wake up.
Well, it worked.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
Thank you, Arthur.
Oh, good. You figured it out. That is good news.
Why do I feel like everything that happened there actually happened to us?
I think it did.
Okay, well, at least we know what we need to do. Kind of.
We'll use this one.
Well, I think Lulu knows what we need to do,
Yeah.
and we need to trust Lulu.
Well, welcome back, everyone. This was lovely.
Oh,
Well, now that we've have you figured out what you need to do?
yes.
Have you gotten any of your memories back, tiny elephant thing? Not you, the other elephant thing.
Yes. Yeah, I think I know what we need to do. We need to go. Well, we need to find Zariel. And I think that we need to go to the Bleeding Citadel.
That doesn't sound
Yikes.
pleasant.
Well, nothing here does.
True.
I don't know much about that place, but doesn't sound great.
Maybe it's ironic. Maybe it's like a really nice citadel, and they gave it. No, probably not. Okay.
Well, maybe it's Zariel's place of residence, and we'll just go there, and she'll help us, and we'll figure out.
I do know the whereabouts-ish of the Bleeding Citadel. It's near a place called Haruman's Hill. Yeah, that's about all I know. I don't travel that far. Also, places and distances are kind of weird in this in Avernus.
We already picked that up a little bit just trying to get here.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Now that we know about angels and demons being part of some war here.
Sure.
The crater out in the wasteland that we found ourselves in and that we were a battle happened near. There was a. Did an angel fall out of the sky and cause that?
I'm sure that it did.
Does that happen a lot here? A lot of dead angels just falling out of the sky?
Not recently, no.
It was pretty decayed.
Okay.
Only bones.
Well,
As I said, a lot of angels came in. Some of them with war mammoths, others just sort of by themselves.
Miss Maggie, would you happen to have any sort of accommodations for us to spend a
Of
day?
course I do. You can stay as long as you like.
All right. Well,
If you're interested in sticking around, we can put you up somewhere here, and you can reuse our library or get some rest. We don't have much in the way of accommodations, but I'm interested in that demon grinder, so whatever you need, I'm sure we can come to an amicable solution.
Well, hopefully we don't stay here too long. I don't think this is our sort of neighborhood.
I don't think this entire plane is our sort of neighborhood, Astrock.
As long as you're here, I'm sure that if you're interested in paying your way, you can do some chores for me. But in the meantime, we'll make it so that you're at least a little bit comfortable.
Thank you. We really appreciate all the help you've given us.
Of course.
you should really consider possibly changing your name to Kind Maggie. You're not mad as you
Oh, I appreciate that, but we're all mad here.
So, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Earlier you said that the demons sort of run the organized evil around
The
here.
devils run
The
the
devils.
organized evil.
Right, sure. It all kind of bleeds together in my head.
Sure.
The devils run the organized evil here. Who fights them? Who's the organized good?
Oh no, there's no good. There's evil against evil down here. Mostly.
Who do people go to when they need help?
It's not really a thing. When people need help, they just sort of ask for help from whoever's around. Oftentimes that is a devil, and when they ask for help from a devil, well, there's a contract involved, and
What
they
about-
help, of course.
Well, what about the angels? We know that some angels came here. They gotta help people, right?
They did at one point, and they've been here, and sometimes they visit, but they don't stay long.
Unless they take over the place, apparently.
Right. It's been a while.
That ain't no kind of place to live.
That is why we're trying to leave it.
Well, at least there is some good here, obviously, because we found a place where people are very kind and, for the most part, and
Yes.
a little weird, but...
So the other thing Lulu says, as she pipes up, and she says, I know that you said that there aren't really trees here, but I know that there are trees in Elturel, because that's not here.
Oh,
So that could be our ticket home.
Could be,
yeah.
perhaps. Yes.
The very fact that that place moved means that maybe that can be where we need to go if we want to go to a different world.
Right,
Right.
right.
I've heard that El Terrell sort of popped up, sprung up out of kind of nowhere. It's, around. Tough to get to, though, kind of up a bit.
Oh, great.
Up
Are we gonna
was
have to fly? I don't want to fly.
Well, maybe. You might have to fly.
Ugh.
Because there isn't really, like, a hole that it fit in. It just is sort of transported and then floating, but also chained to the ground as well.
Could someone
what
climb
I
the
gather.
chains?
Probably. We haven't been very close, though. Not really my jurisdiction.
Okay. And is that anywhere near the Blood Citadel?
I have no idea.
Okay.
All right.
You have
well,
a map there?
Yes, it came in this manual I found.
Ooh, very nice. Lovely. Is that on vellum? Looks like it's on vellum.
I'm going to pretend it's not.
Probably.
Okay. Is there someone in there?
What do you mean?
Never mind. What does it say on that map about, well, I don't imagine El Terrell would be on there. That's been
I
relatively
don't see that,
recent.
but I do see Haruman's Hill.
You see Haruman's Hill. Do you see, what was it you said? The, bleeding, what now?
Citadel.
The Bleeding Citadel. Is that on there?
I don't believe so.
Well, it's near Haruman's Hill, so you might be able to, figure it out from that point.
Maggie, where are we now?
You're at Fort Knucklebone.
Well, that's not on here either.
Yeah.
Oh, we move around quite a bit, and we prefer to not be on maps, so the fact that we're not on there is good news.
Okay, well, we'll find a landmark and make our way from there. There's quite a few based on this map.
Well, I think
So, what are you gonna... You want to give me that demon grinder, or...
Oh, yeah, I think
you
we should get some rest, and we will
All right.
talk about trading up or down in the morning. Does this place have morning? It is still...
Not so much. There's, It's all sort of... We'll wake you up in a bit. How long do you sleep for?
8 hours-ish.
Less for me, but still.
The living are so weird. Anyway, feel free to we'll make you accommodation. Barnabas!
And the flame skull sort of floats over and says, "Yeah."
Take our guests to some guest rooms. Please. Follow me.
And sort of floats along.
Okay.
I'm going to cast message on Tuturu, and I'm going to say, just keep in mind that the kindness here seems like it comes with a price, and we should be careful what services we offer up. Or what accommodations we accept, because we may end up a coin or something else ourselves.
Am I allowed to respond back to that?
Yeah,
or no?
25 words or less.
Oh, okay. Wouldn't they have said something if there was a contract between syllables involved with their assistance?
She implied something of that regard, if you were paying attention to how she worded herself. She said that maybe services we could provide for her, or she wants our vehicle. There's things to be aware of.
Oh.
These people seem nice enough, but I say we still sleep in shifts.
That's
It's
fair.
probably for the
Okay.
best.
If that's what you think's best, I trust you.
All right.
You're all able to get to rooms. You're provided with... Would you like to stay in a room together? Would you like to stay in separate rooms?
I think we'll stay together this
Yeah, I
There-
think I'm down for together.
A smattering of options available to you.
We don't want to take up too much of your generosity, so we'll just share a room.
Okay, no worries. And we'll see you in the morning. And the flame skull will sort of float away.
Did Lulu come with us?
Lulu did come
Okay,
with
good.
you. I know Zariel.
It sounds like you were good friends with her.
Yeah. She's nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
Nice can change.
So I have where I need to go. And I think I helped you where you need to go.
It's a start.
But you know, Maggie also said that there was a place that had some kind of trees. If you want to do that instead, you know, you're my friends now. So wherever you want to go, that's where we should go.
Breeding trees, is that what she said? The
Well, Eltrail has trees, and spawning trees is the other location.
spawning
spawning
trees.
trees.
Sorry, it's
Spawning
Bleeding
trees
Citadel of spawning trees. Sorry.
Aren't that far from Haruman's Hill.
Forgive me, Lulu, there was a lot going on, but I do remember you saying that we need to see Zariel too. Why?
So I don't know why exactly, but I have a feeling about Zariel that if she owns or operates or runs this place, she's the way out. I mean, unless you want to try the river, which doesn't sound good.
I don't think we want to do the
Good.
river.
Probably stay away from that.
I would like to avoid that again, yes.
The way I see it, since we've gotten here, you're the only person who seems to be legitimately kind in any way. So, I don't know. I think we can take a little time off of our sort of vague quest to get back to Ravnica to help you out.
To be fair, Mookie also said that we would know when we were needed back, and right now, as stressful as it may be, I haven't gotten that feeling. I don't know if any of you have.
Well, that was before we found out about Lucian's sister as well, so things
It's
are
true.
a little different.
And from the sound of things here, this place might, I don't know, need some people who are willing to do a bit of good.
Right. Yes. Yes, I think we'll come with you, or you'll come with us if you'd like.
maybe the quest will lead us where we're supposed to go without our expecting to find it.
Yes.
You're gonna come with me?
Of course.
It sounds like it, yes.
Now our vehicle will.
Oh,
Not-
don't
oh,
start
okay.
blubbering.
Yeah.
Come on.
If you start, she's gonna start, he's gonna start, and then I'll start.
And
Oh.
then she starts crying a little bit, and then when she opens her eyes, they're like really bright.
Whoa.
Lulu, are you okay?
And suddenly you feel an aura expand around here of warmth,
Oh.
of safety, really.
Oh.
You feel safer somehow, magically.
Kind of nice.
It's like
You
a restful barrier.
You feel like something has clicked. And Lulu is sort of like a little bit frightened as her eyes like return to normalcy. My Sirenscape quit.
The timing was kind of appropriate.
I know, I was like,
Great. I was like, did he stop the music? That was well done. I didn't see it happen.
It just crashed, but the world knew. Yeah, my computer just knew to crash.
I was like, there was some sleight of hand going on there.
Yeah, it was great.
right?
Probably the FBI. They're always listening.
He's
This
had
is a
it
good
timed perfectly, and like he said it like 2 hours ago, and he's waiting for exactly this
Right.
moment.
Yeah.
I know that Riley and Grumble failed their roles, so I know we have 5 minutes in this man.
I feel. I mean, maybe there's like more. Maggie said that I was powerful, so maybe I'm remembering stuff.
Well, if you were the steed of a mighty angel, I imagine you are quite powerful.
I can feel I have power over this. Well, give me a second. And she blinks, and then the aura sort of collapses.
Oh.
No, it's fine. And she blinks again, and it turns back on.
Yay!
Oh, I can control it. Oh, that's really nice.
That's great, Lulu.
Yeah.
Lulu, the people that I worked with on Ravnica specialized in memory loss and memory theft, and I was not one of the mages that did that exact move myself, but perhaps traveling with you I can help you to undo what was done to you, or at least not as an expert on it, but as someone with some proximity to it, help you draw out some
Sure.
thoughts and memories.
Do you want what do you mean? Like now, or?
We could try. I mean, we kind of just did that for a little while, so you might be a little
well,
tired
yeah,
for now,
I
but
feel a little tired.
maybe we could try something similar to what you did. I can't do that trance like Mad Maggie's ritual was, but I can read thoughts if you would let me. I could try to probe in there, and I
Sure.
can pull thoughts out so that you can read them, and maybe that will jog your memory as well.
Sure, that sounds good. We can do that. But now we should try to nap.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're all able to find beds for the evening. They're not super comfortable. They're not. This is still not the greatest place, right? Everywhere you go, you feel a little bit of a pit in your stomach. Like you stub your toe a little bit more here. You know, there's a pebble in your shoe every time. There's just a little bit of something wrong everywhere you are in this place. You have a little bit of a frog in your throat every time. Oops. Well, whatever.
It's a loud frog.
Yeah. You have a little bit of dust in your eye. But in this moment, it's a little calm and relaxed, and you're able to take stock. Anything you wish to do before you take a rest for the evening?
I have
Heal
one.
everyone.
Okay.
As they're falling asleep, I'll play some music and kind of help them rest off into sleep. And then once I'm confident they're asleep, I will try to commune with my patron if I can.
Okay, so you used the word commune there.
Or yeah,
Are you casting the spell commune?
I don't have that spell.
Okay. I was like, geez, I didn't know you had that.
No, I don't have that. I think that's a way higher level than I'm at.
It's also a cleric spell.
Yeah.
Because there is like a warlock thing you can actually like directly speak to them.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to. It's less of a active thing that I'm doing. It's more like I'm petting Arthur, and I'm like thinking hard about this whole element of burning souls to run these machines.
Sure.
Because like that seems like Tutaru said, it's like backing out on an Orzhov contract. Me being an Orzhov, I know how those contracts are set up to get people suckered in and fail. Like, so I know they're unjust contracts. So for me, it's like, wait a minute, based on my patron's rules for me, am I allowed to use these coins because it feels kind of contradictory to the element of like helping lost souls? So I am trying to reconcile. I'm just like reaching out mentally as best I can, like petting Arthur, kind of like projecting my thoughts into her as I'm petting her, hoping that I can reach out to someone who might be able to give me an answer, because I also don't want to be unable to help my party, but like I'm feeling conflicted because I don't want to abandon my friends, but I also want to know how I'm supposed to move forward in this world that seems to be like the exact like antithetical to my entire new philosophy of the world.
So you can sit there and focus for a moment and try to get in touch.
Maybe I open up my copy of The Abacus and the Urchin, and I flip to the poem, because that seems to be the page that this being has used to contact me in the past. I mean, I've never spoken to her directly or it directly. I've spoken through Arthur, the Arthur the being, and Arthur the cat at times, and like I signed this page, so I'm like, and I might like hum the song aloud to myself as I'm doing it.
Sort of, you sit there and read the poem and listen to your friends snore a little bit as they get their first good rest in this new world. And you look up, and where Arthur the cat once sat, instead is similar color. Arthur's all black, right? All black, covered in soft velvet black fur. The spitting image of Lulu, another Holophant, just sort of sitting there. Sitting there like Arthur.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm in hell, apparently.
Hell's what you make of it.
That's actually what I'm hoping to find out about.
I've heard good things about you.
All lies, I can assure you.
I'm sure. I'm not her, by the way. I'm another messenger.
I probably should have been more, I don't know.
No, you're fine. It's just another messenger.
I guess that makes sense. I guess it wouldn't always be him. He's probably got things to do.
I mean, it's tough to go from place to place when you're in our line of work.
I'm sure I'll learn that more as we go along. I don't know how to do what we're supposed to do in this place. I know that I have to. I know that it's more important here than maybe anywhere we've been so far, but I don't want to go against her while doing the things I have to do to help my friends survive.
I'm not really sure what this magical pact your little friends and you have, but it seems to be guiding you in interesting and fortuitous directions. It, so far, has kind of by accident steered you to her.
It's true.
Helped,
it definitely saved me from myself.
Helped yourself. Helped a lot of strays.
True.
Seems like it's doing it again.
Okay. I will trust in the wisdom.
We're here. Not here,
No, I understand.
but we're here.
Thank you.
You're going to be needed here, I think.
Yeah,
So that's nice.
I had that feeling as well, just listening today.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And as you look back at the book, there's no more tiny elephant.
Okay. Just a kitty.
Just a tiny cat.
And then I go to sleep. Or it's probably my turn to do a watch. So
Right.
I do my watch, and then the next person's turn does things.
Wake up
Yeah.
and like.
We've all been robbed. We're like, what? You had a moment with your patron, and that means you get to go
You
to
don't
sleep.
know I
and
have a patron.
Who's taking watches?
So I'm taking the first watch, obviously.
Cool.
Yeah.
Roll perception.
Okay. Okay.
And where are you watching? Just the front door? Out the window?
I think I'm kind of I think I'm watching towards the front door, and I think Arthur on my back, and she's watching towards the window.
Cool.
We're kind of doing a little
Go ahead.
duel thing. Okay, that's a dirty 20.
Cool. I mean, you hear action, you hear commotion. People aren't really. This is a 24 hours kind of truck stop.
Sure.
Not
uncommon.
That's a better description for this place than city. This is a truck stop.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, this is a Flying J, and you there's lots of activity and lots of action happening.
I feel like the hustle and
about.
bustle here is not uncommon for me. Like I imagine all my time
Correct.
touring and traveling, I'm used to places like this.
Absolutely. It's a little bit more hard scrabble here than typically what you're used to, but it's certainly not dissimilar.
I have played the Gruul Waste. Don't worry about it.
Fair. With your 20, though, I will say that you do notice that there is a good amount of activity happening outside that is not necessarily just vehicular related.
Okay.
It seems like there is they're clearing a space. They're just sort of making a bit of a yard space out in front, in the middle of the area.
Do I think they're making space for our vehicle or something else?
It's a lot bigger of an
Okay.
area than would be just for your vehicle.
Okay.
Your vehicle, by the way, was moved to like a garage area, so you have you're parked.
They have valet.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
And you can see it from where you are. It's off to the side. And there appear to just be there. You don't see anyone messing with it. It's just over there. But they are sort of clearing out an area.
Okay.
And that's what you see during your shift.
Okay.
How many shifts are you doing? 2 or 3?
Well, I'll probably take at least one.
Okay.
Since I said we should not trust these people.
Okay. So next shift, perception.
I do inform you of what I saw when I was there.
Got it.
I go to sleep, but I leave Arthur awake to continue for the night.
That's a 12.
Okay. You don't notice a ton, but it was pointed out to you to keep an eye outside. Mm-hmm. So you watch the area that Velma pointed out. It does look like they are moving some of the trash piles into a sort of box kind of shape. Maybe a little more than 100 feet by a little more than 100 feet into a box shape. And there's some structures being stuck into the ground, like little walls inside of the shape there. Looks like they're just building something.
Okay. Doesn't seem too suspicious.
Next shift, or are we done?
I can do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could all do it.
Perception.
By telephone. Now you've been told we're in outer space.
That's a crit fail. I am very groggy.
You fall asleep in yours.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, you actually there's a tray on
you
fire.
have a tray over there. In the moments before you were to wake up, you're very groggy and very sleepy, and
Later more.
you also see that is still being created, and that there's some commotion, but you don't necessarily have any further detail.
Yeah, I look. I'm like, oh, that's nice. They're recycling.
Right.
Lucian, wake up.
You wake up the next, let's call it morning. You have all of your hit points and all of your spell slots back.
Long rest, baby.
I need Constitution saving throws from everybody.
Wait, what?
Beg pardon?
You heard me.
No.
Need Constitution saving throws from everybody.
Nailed it. 16 plus numbers.
11.
That's a crit fail. But can I reroll
You
it?
can with your inspiration.
My other inspiration. What is no bad dice? I'm not rerolling them.
So
Yeah.
you get an
Do you want a
inspiration.
jail?
No, you don't keep that one, so you'll re-roll it. Yeah.
9. You say Constitution?
Constitution.
12.
26.
Great.
Do
You
I
all
get-
succeed this time.
Do I get
No,
inspiration
because
for that?
you re-rolled, so you did not end up with
got
a
it.
1.
Yep.
You all succeed, so nothing bad happens. Come downstairs. There is breakfast. Looks like eggs. Looks like bacon.
Seems like probably a good idea not to think about it too
Right.
much.
Looks like coffee.
Coffee I'll go for. I don't care where it's from.
It's not great. It's
Hey,
like it's
that's-
bad
I
truck
assume-
stop coffee.
Yeah, I
This
assume
seems like a long shot, but do you guys have dough circles?
We do.
Oh,
Circles.
there is justice still in the world.
Well, it is hell. Maybe what they call dough circles are like fried organs or something.
Well,
Don't you put that on me.
We also have fried organ circles if you're interested.
Yeah, skip those.
So those do exist, but are different.
I mean, that's what meat is. Let's not split hairs too much.
It's true. But we do have dough, sort of. It's not really.
I was gonna say, where do you get the?
We have dough.
Dough comes from
Best not to
plants.
think about it
What?
too
Let's
much.
just get our dough circles and eat.
Yeah, I don't eat meat, so let's keep.
Ooh, this is gonna be rough.
Well, I'll figure it out.
We have some old rations, probably from other people from other planes. If you really are looking for something.
Other
Well, I have some
people.
spices that I found. I can probably help you doctor it up a little bit.
Anyway, I imagine that you'll be wanting to get on your way soon, but I thought we might have a little bit of a conversation. You see, what's happened here is we've had a little bit of a give and take, right? Provided you with quite a number of services, I would say.
Yeah,
and-
what's the
Figure
take? Just
sipping
get
her
to it.
coffee.
yeah. Oh, cut to the bottom
And I
of
was
the
like,
page.
this is
Yeah.
literally what I did for a living.
Yes, well, see, I am more than happy to send you on your merry way. This is not going to interrupt any of that. You are certainly welcome to leave. However, should you wish to leave with the demon grinder or something similar, I was interested in a bit of a contest. You see, I don't get many visitors that are quite so interesting and capable, and I was hoping that maybe we could have a bit of fun.
All right, what do you got in mind?
Well, you can either do some chores for me, or we can have a friendly wager.
What's the wager?
The wager is my friend wins, or you do, one of the two.
Wins in what?
Which
Just a thing that I've put together over the course of the last couple hours.
What are the chores?
Oh, some of the people around here just need some stuff done. I think that Chukka and Clonk were working on a war machine and they needed some fixing. I think Barnabas is looking for a tooth. He's a little bit whistly.
I can help fix the war machines.
So if you're interested in doing a couple of those chores, we can certainly skip the other thing.
Well, I think we'd like to be on our way. Which one would be
Well,
quicker?
the quicker one is going to be the contest.
who
Well,
is your
let's-
friend?
No one of consequence.
Well, I did a little bit of gambling in my day. Let's take the wager.
Well, don't forget that your gambling is why you had to work at my bar for quite a long period of time.
Yeah, well, you keep winning until you lose, and then you've lost. But
I'm not agreeing to any wager that I don't know the details
I
of.
would be afraid to get in debt to anyone here if you catch my drift.
Yes, I do.
So here's the deal. I have, let's go with, well, let me see what I got on me. Here we go. Clink, clink, clink. I'll give you these 3 soul coins. That'll help you fuel your war machines, whatever you end up with after this little encounter. I heard you talking about a javelin.
You wanted a javelin of some kind?
He make.
We
I
have
forgot.
we have this extra silvered javelin laying
Oh.
around. Really good with dealing with devils and the varied lycanthropes that are around. One of the gangs specializes in that. I should probably tell you about who all is out there at some point, but I'm also happy to provide you with some rations. We don't need them here, of course. But let's see. I just feel like being entertained.
Well, a wager for a shiny metal stick doesn't seem.
Oh no, I'm
quite-
giving you the shiny metal stick.
Oh.
This is to keep your car.
Oh.
Well, we were thinking about possibly downsizing. We don't need such a big vehicle.
Oh, okay.
So if there is something like that vehicle over there, seems more.
Well,
our
there's
size.
yes, that one is certainly more your size. There are some smaller vehicles
It's like a
around.
scavenger or
Yeah,
something.
so there's a scavenger that's available. There's the one that Chukka and Clonk are
Wait.
working on.
No, Tormentor.
Sure.
The
One of
dune-
the other
dune
vehicles.
buggy looking one.
Yeah. Chukka and
Does
Clonk
that fit all of us?
Fits four.
looks like they're working on a vehicle. If you help that one out, I'm sure that they will be more than amicable. If you help them out and help out Barnabas find his tooth, I think that you'll be fine. If you're okay with that, then I'm okay with that as well. No need for the histrionics that I was planning.
Well, sounds dull to me, but I guess we can find a tooth.
Yes, let's stay away from any deals we have to make for now.
Wait. Come on, just give us more details about this wager, about this entertainment. Because if it's faster, then we don't want to spend any more time here than we have to.
Right.
Persuasion check. Low DC because she really wants to brag.
All right, I think that is a 15.
Cool. You look like a burly type. What's the biggest, burliest opponent you've ever fought against?
What? We fought that giant beetle, right? That was big.
Did we fight it though?
Giant beetle?
We ran from it. I don't think we fought
We
it.
fought it for a bit.
Do you know what a cyclops is?
Yeah.
Ah, you know what a cyclops is?
Yeah, one of them used to run the gruel.
Yeah, well, we have one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And the wager is if he can beat the Cyclops.
If you all can beat my team, then you can you can win some more. We'll give you lots of additional things onto your vehicle, and you can trade for whatever you see fit. Let's say.
So it's a battle you want to say. Less
Yes.
of a wager and more of just a hand-to-hand, just a physical
I want to
combat.
be entertained. Is that so wrong?
What happens if we lose?
If you lose, I take your car.
Oh, okay.
But don't we also die?
No, we have some doctors who will make sure that you don't die.
Well, we've been able to do pretty well for ourselves. I don't know how.
I mean, we can handle ourselves in a scrap, although going up against someone as big as Borborygmos or something, I don't really fancy that, but...
We did tussle with a fireman, Angel.
I mean, I think you guys know where my vote's gonna fall on this one.
You like teeth, yes.
You want to
I
fix
know.
the car?
No,
I don't really want to fight, but if you want to, I will, says Lulu.
Oh, we don't need you
Yeah,
to...
you wouldn't need to fight.
But we're a team.
Well,
Yeah, but
Right.
different members of a team, they got different specialties and stuff.
Hey,
so.
I'm part of the team.
oh, all right. Do you have any weapons?
I have my tusks.
You
And they are very cute, but...
you ever heard of a cheerleader? Because cheerleaders are part of a team.
Before we're too condescending to Lulu, she was the steed of an angel in a battle.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's be a little bit more respectful of her potential prowess.
I understand. I just don't want any danger.
Okay, but
You
telling
know.
her tusks are cute seems a little insulting, considering the history of her that we know about.
Fair.
Look, Lulu, I think what we're trying to say is we're helping you, and we want to help you, and you've already been through so much right now that we feel comfortable taking this on while you continue to rest and recover your memory.
Persuasion check.
I am very persuasive.
I don't know why we don't
My
want
Siren's
to.
Gate keeps quitting.
So if it has
It's my computer.
is the proficiency bonus already added into the number?
Yes.
Wonderful. All right, 13.
Great. Okay, fine. If you all really want to do whatever it is they're saying, then fine.
I mean, personally, we all share the chores in the conclave, and that's usually. So my vote would be for the chores,
Well,
but I
keep in
leave
mind,
it up.
the tooth you might have to find for Barnabas might be in someone else's mouth.
Right.
It's really important. I think that, and this might sound strange coming from me and not from Lucian, but I think we need to be really careful about the fine details of any agreement that we come upon while we're here.
So you're saying don't agree to the wager?
I think we need to be careful making choices about what we're doing.
I'm sorry, I'm still confused about which way
Well,
you're leaning here.
I'm concerned that the tasks that we're being asked to do, the chores, might actually be more dangerous than we think they might be. Because if they were easy, they would have been done already. If there's a pile of teeth out there and we have to just find the great one for Barnabas, that's probably something Barnabas could have done.
Right. That's fair.
I say we just do the fight.
I'm sure we can handle ourselves.
Okay.
And they have medical physicians. Maybe we will just clean up or get cleaned up and be on our way one way or the other.
Right.
Excellent. This will be fun.
And as you step outside, you do see that this pile of trash has made a makeshift arena
Aha! That's they were clearing while we were sleeping.
that they were clearing while you were sleeping. Yeah, it's there. Do you want to do this fight next week or this week?
Probably makes more sense.
Cool. We'll start with initiative next week. On the Broken Pact. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. A lot of good exposition there. Hopefully a lot of good questions answered.
So many questions answered.
Yep. If you have more questions, let me know, and we'll make sure that those get answered next time on the Broken Pact. So thank you so much
Thank you.
for joining us, everybody, for here on episode 2. Please tell the folks at home where they can find you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jordan Pridgeon. You can find me on Twitter at Jordan Pigeon. You can also find me normally on Friday nights on Saving Throw Show at twitch.tv/Saving Throw Show for Wildcards, which is currently in our ETU show. We actually just had our finale for the second season, so you can
nice.
join us this Friday for our By the Bonfire, where we'll answer questions and talk about it and just have a good time.
Now, this was sophomore year?
Yep.
Nice.
2 more years at ETU.
Yeah, I mean,
Or if we make it.
it took me more than 4 years to graduate college.
Hey, who knows?
Tests are the easy part of this.
I was a super senior.
Yeah.
So
Graduating, I think, is almost secondary to not being killed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, tell that to your parents. when
I
your
think the
report
kids
cards
say that's a
come.
big mood. Is
Yeah.
what that is.
Yeah.
Solid mood.
Hey, I'm Riley Silverman. You can find me on Twitter at Riley J. Silverman and on Instagram at Riley Silverman. And hey, my Doctor Who role-playing game podcast is we're about to, actually, speaking of ending of seasons, I think our final episode of our first season dropped either this week or next week. But the show is called The Game of Rassilon, and that means you can binge through the entire season now. And our season finale arc, we are super, super proud of, and get a little teary-eyed re-listening to it ourselves. So check it out, because we're really proud of it.
I thought you were going to say my doctor who helped me with this cool thing. I highly recommend them. Check them out.
I just came from Rose City Comic Con this weekend. I had to do a thing where it was a show where someone had written an episode of Doctor Who that had never watched the show before, and it was like so fun to do and
Oh my
also
God, that's
terrible.
great.
but
That's
great. Yeah.
hilarious.
My name's Gravgala. You can catch me on all the socials at double GXG. That's the word double and then GXG. And like Jordan said, I'm also on Wildcards on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific on Saving Throw Show on Twitch.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashlyn Rose. You can find me on Twitter at Ashlyn Rose. You can also find me on Instagram where I post a lot of my cosplays and voice acting stuff as RAR, it's Ashlyn. And I also stream sometimes. That's on Twitch at twitch.tv/Ashlyn_Rose.
Oh, hi, everyone. It's the Internet's Ruben Bressler. You can follow me everywhere at MOXREUBY. Please be sure to use the hashtag TheBrokenPactRPG when talking about this here program. Join us on the Saving Throw Show Discord if you feel so inclined, where we have a sub-channel specifically for this show, as well as East Texas University, Mana Dorks, among other programs as well. Join us in our community. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Elderwood Academy, Carolina Gaming Tables, actually. Has a thing that's happening right now, as well as Cool Stuff Inc. and Norse Foundry. Thank you so much. Please help us race to Avernus.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know what time it starts.
Tuesday.
I don't know what time it starts.
Tuesday.
Right.
Tuesday.
There you go.
Yes.
Tuturoos.
Yes, that could be the hashtag
Tuturoos
tomorrow.
Day.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Where
Our
we are
hashtags.
racing against 4 other shows. And while those shows are fun and nice, we would like to win.
We want
Friendly. It's a friendly rivalry.
It's a friendly rivalry.
That we want to win.
So if you go to extralife.com, search The Broken Pact, and you can find our channel. Lots of really cool things that you can buy here. For example, you can put yourself or a friend or an idea you have into a soul coin. You can put a message onto a billboard in our world, and lots of other cool stuff like that. The highest level of which, by the way, is a body switch episode. If you would like to see them inhabit each other's characters. I think that's about all we have for this week, other than to thank Benevolent Overlord Dom Zook, the triumphant return of Dom Zook. And
He's the mummy.
that's
He's
right.
the mummy now. He brought the curse.
We're gonna roll for initiative, I think, right at the top of next week's episode, because that sounds fun to me.
Oh yeah.
So until then, everybody, we'll see you next time on The Broken Pact. Good night.
Night.
Bye.